Hello, everyone, to the most scuffed thing Bingothon has ever put on. I'm your host for this train wreck, Rob the Gamer 115. Everything is fine. So, this Blind Bingo series has been quite interesting. We have seen 7 matches so far across games such as Super Mario Galaxy, Around the Clock at Bikini Bottom, Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, and others that I cannot think of at the moment. We got Pikmin. Pikmin was in there. But we are now taking it to one of my favorite video games of all time, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky. And joining me here are 2 captains, Rexy and Proasek. How are you 2 feeling?
I can't believe you forgot about the meme that was Infinite Craft.
Oh, we did have Infinite Craft. We also had Cuphead, as Wilhelm is saying. Yep. Yeah. You feel ready for this?
Not really, but that is the Bingathon way.
Oh, that is very much the bingo thing. Alright. Now, before we get started, we do have one little thing we have to take care of. Because this is the finale match, this is winner takes all for their team. Over the course of this marathon, your teammates have been collecting you points. So if I am correct on it, Rexy, your team has earned you 4 points, and Proasek, your team has earned you 3.
I believe that's correct.
So, I'm sure you're wondering how these points are going to be helpful. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky, if anyone does not know, is a very RNG heavy game, meaning at any moment, anything can go horribly wrong, and one mistake could cost you upwards of 15 to 20 minutes. For your points, you can exchange at any time 1 point to make a save state. And then you can load it whenever you want. But once you've made the save state, it's made. If you don't load it, then, oh well, you used the point. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So it's up to you strategically how you use that to your advantage. Alright? Alright. With that all being said, Proazek, I think it's time to take the memes down.
Oh man, come on, I had like 30 more ready.
Yeah, you have 30 more ready? Alright, why don't we shrink them into a different thing? Captains could have helpers, neither of them currently do. So by all means, Vilhunt, if you want to jump in and be a helper, you know.
Yeah, anyone on my team, feel free to jump into the VC where I'm at too.
Yep. But I think for now, at the very least, I'm going to go ahead and get us underway. Yeah, I don't think... Oh, I forgot to mention. I have a awesome person here. His name's Whom. Hi, Whom.
Hello. Yeah, I run these games a lot. Mainly the first game, but I've done quite a bit of Explorers of Sky as well.
Whom is, in my opinion, one of the best Pokemon Mystery Dungeon players, period. But yeah, like he said, he mostly focuses on Blue Rescue Team, but he knows quite a bit about this game as well. Alright, I think with that being said, we're gonna get going. Once we get started, I will drag both of you to team chats. If Vilhunt or anyone else joins to be a helper, I will drag them in as well, I suppose. But with that being said, I think we're just gonna go ahead and get going. So, you guys are ready to start in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck.
Good luck.
Right, let's
Good
go.
luck.
Oops.
Now I'm gonna drag you guys away.
When am I gonna stop? Why not? What shit?
Oh, you know what? We should be... I'm gonna move us. All right.
Cool.
So
Okay.
here we are, and their first major decision is what Pokemon to play.
Wait, actually, so they have Cresselia in the list here. And they
Yeah.
have a bingo for recruiting Cresselia. So is that counting?
I would say no, because it's not recruiting Cresselia. It's just choosing Cresselia as starter. But we'll see. Because I don't think starting as Cresselia you would recruit Cresselia, right?
That's true. During the recruitable, we don't count it, so I
Yeah.
think it wouldn't count.
So we got a Zapdos Dugong team for Rexy. And I think I saw a Cresselia Entei team for Proasek.
I believe so.
I
wasn't
think
checking
right
that.
off the bat, I think... let me know what your thoughts are, but I think I prefer the Rexy team, actually. I just seem to recall Cresselia not actually being that good.
I need to pull out my my tier list at some point again. It's been a while since I've thought about randomized mystery dungeon.
Yeah. But we got some interesting goals going on here. Let's see here. So we got Faint from Splash, Revisor Seed, or turning into an item. You know, classic.
Oh, by the way, how come there's a 9 for Rexy and a 0 for...
It's because of the scuffedness. It's because of the scuffedness, Whom.
I see, okay.
Alright, if everything was as normal, those would both be zeros, and as they marked goals off, that would automatically get updated.
Gotcha.
Instead, I am going to be adding my own numbers over it. So let's see here. Rexy ran straight to Beach Cave. Is Beach Cave on the board?
I did not see it.
Curious
So,
what their goal is.
is there one to just complete dungeons, maybe?
I don't see one. Rexy used the secret slab, but nothing happened. Alright, Wilhelm's going... Wait. Okay, oh, Wilhelm's on Rexy's. So Wilhelm, you're gonna go help Rexy? Okay.
Oh, already got some recruiting going on. See, a Magby has been recruited.
Alright, we got a Magby recruited, sure. What? Did you get a catch on what dungeon Proasek is in?
Yeah, it's Steam Cave.
Oh, okay, so that's a solid goal.
Yep, so completing that'll already be one square off the board.
Mm-hmm.
And so goal of this is, yeah, just to get the most goals in 3 hours. So you don't
Most
necessarily
goals.
need to get bingos, but you just want to complete as
Nope.
many squares as you can.
Exactly. It's not lockout. They can get the same goals. They don't care necessarily about lines. It is just a matter of can you get more goals than the opponent. And in the case of a tie, whoever marked their last goal first would win.
Okay.
So, I think what Rexy's doing, if I had to guess, because I know Rexy was looking at the job board, but jobs don't spawn until you do a first dungeon. So my guess is that Rexy's just trying to get a dungeon cleared so they can get some jobs going.
Yeah, that would make sense. Just try to complete the dungeon quickly and then rush the missions.
But yeah, there's a lot in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon to try to keep track of. And the good news for them is that they both chose easier dungeons for now. However, there are definitely some of the harder dungeons. I'm trying to think what the hardest places we might see them go to are based on this.
I mean, judging from the list here, there's actually not that many dungeons they would need to go to that would be considered difficult. Like, a lot of just, like, the pure complete this dungeon type of squares, like, they're not that bad. Honestly, the hardest one might be recruiting Ho or Lugia, because those dungeons are certainly endgame, so, but they are level 55, so that would help if they decide to go for those goals.
I was thinking either that or maybe even I don't remember where you get the silks from. I don't know how easy it is to get the silk.
Actually, okay, so items are not randomized, right?
No.
It's still what they have in
Now,
the
so
normal dungeon
items are
spawns.
not randomized, and the Pokemon they can recruit are not randomized. The only thing that's actually randomized is their starting Pokemon.
Okay, gotcha. So then,
However, this is also like a double-edged sword for them, because I think they are convinced that I randomized a lot more than I did.
oh, well, I
So
mean,
yeah, it might take them a bit to realize, oh, this isn't randomized. They did have a practice ROM, so they messed around with that a little bit to get a feel for the game and everything.
okay,
But
that's good.
we will see what they do with that knowledge, because there's a lot of options to go for. Every dungeon is unlocked, so they can go literally anywhere in the world they want. And in theory, any goal you see on the board there, they could go for right now. So it's a tricky question of, well, what makes the most sense to go?
Yeah, I'm trying to think what I would even try to do with this board. Like, yeah, the easier ones are probably just to complete certain dungeons here,
I think
and
that's
then
what
be
I would
careful of
start
not
with.
eating. What was it? Yeah, you may not eat orange berries is kind of an interesting goal,
Yeah,
but
that
it
is rough
probably
on them.
is. I guess it should be fine. Is that one where they actually would like mark it initially, and then if they eat an orange berry, they have to unmark it?
In theory, yeah.
I guess we'll just assume that that's marked for both of them then.
Essentially, yeah. Until they eat an orange berry and we're like, well, you screwed up. So, like, if it came down to the end, and, like, let's just say, like, in the last 1 minute they're tied, but neither of them marked the orange berry goal, I'm not gonna go based off of who clicked that first. I would go off of who clicked the other goal first.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because otherwise, that would be kind of stupid. Unless someone eats an orange berry in the last minute, which would be also kind of stupid. You know, who knows. Let's see here. 10 different types of orbs is not too difficult, because there are so many orbs. You will probably get that just...
Yeah, especially just going through some of these dungeons. Orbs spawn all over the place, so I wouldn't be too worried about that one as you just continue along.
Wait, what dungeon's Rexy in?
I believe they're both in Steam Cave.
Oh, Rexy also went to Steam. That
Yeah.
would make sense. Alright, so they both decided that it was a good idea. Oh, I just realized, I'm sorry, whom?
What's up?
I was gonna share my screen so that you can get, like, a more up-to-date thing. But... This is what happens when everything gets scuffed at the very end. Right, you can watch via Discord.
Right. Thank you.
Yep. Alright. So it looks like Proasek does have a little bit of a head start on Steam Cave. They're on 8F, Rex is on 3.
Oh, actually, since Steam Cave is getting close to completion, are we counting Upper Steam Cave as part of this?
Trying to remember.
Because yeah, whether they need to continue all the way to
Yeah,
like the ground on Yuxi area might matter.
I'm trying to remember, because we'll have the same issue with Crystal. Well, no, Crystal Cave is different, because Crystal Crossing is literally its own dungeon.
Yeah.
I would say it is still part of Steam. Because, like, think about it. If you were to say, I don't know, because, like, I don't. Let's see what they do. If they both do the same thing, then we'll just go with whatever they decide. Or is Proasek gonna send me a message and be like, "Am I looked good?"
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Proasek's
Yeah.
about to send me a message. Oh no, they're asking if this Cresselia counts.
Oh
I'm saying no.
yeah, it's not gonna count. Although I guess technically the Pokemon that they have would count for the uh, Pokemon in assembly, because that's a little bit different from recruiting.
I would agree with that.
So that would mean already 2 different legendary Pokemon in assembly, so that's halfway to that goal. That could be an annoying one.
Alright. I made the ruling that they have to do the upper part as well. So yeah, because they had, what was it? It was a couple of legendaries they need?
Yes, they need
Yeah.
4 different legendaries.
Yeah, so they already have Cresselia and Entei in assembly. So I would count that as 2 legendaries in assembly. Rexy, meanwhile, has just the one in Zapdos. But recruiting Cresselia is honestly not... They're both going to get that. And that'll be a new one for Rexy, but not a new one for Proasek, so... They might as well be tied up as far as the legendary. Now, what's interesting is I was wondering if one of them would fail this, or both of them. Neither of them looks like really mess with the options too much, because they are both going slow.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of the default speed up. Well, I guess not default, but the options that we changed to go faster through dungeons, not quite being used. Also, it looks like our Reviver Seed was already used up by this Cricketune. It is getting beat up pretty badly because they decided not to bring them back to the assembly. That is going to be a pretty big issue because these Pokemon are not really made to fight fire types here.
Yeah, although you could make the argument that they're trying to work towards getting 6 Plain Seeds, but I think that's a bad idea to do this early.
Yeah, this is probably not the time to be doing that. I don't know how many seeds they actually have at the moment.
I think they only start with 2, so...
Oh, okay, well, I've definitely seen 2 deaths from the Cricketune, so
Yeah.
that's concerning. Yeah, one mechanic in this game that is really good to take advantage of when you get the chance is when you recruit a Pokemon, you can actually send them back. Unlike in Blue Rescue Team, where you actually have to complete the dungeon with them in order to like fully count them as a friend. They are counted right now, so you can just send them back so they're not getting rid of all of your Reviver Seeds as you're continuing along. Also, geez, a Magnitude 10 went out on Rexy's side. Always a scary move to see. These Numels are quite something. Let's see, are there any other... I mean, a lot of these are kind of tricky. Like, Faint from Splash Reviver Seed turning into an item. That is... Honestly, the Revisor Seed is almost certainly the one that would be by far the easiest to get, but of course you have to find the Revisor Seed, which they're not uncommon, but not like all over the place either. Trying to see like what other goals might be good here.
I mean, I know they
Actually-
both have Cricketune, I believe, now, so that's one bug type.
Yep. So, and There's also the Shuckle as well, so that should be 2.
That's a good start. They did how many? 4?
Only 3 bug types actually, so
Okay.
already pretty close.
And there's an Loomis
Could even-
right there.
Yeah. So that'd be cool if it just recruits here. Actually, so what other items do they start out with in this file?
So on this file, I know they start with a Secret Slab. They start with 2 Reviver Seeds. They start with, I believe, Golden Mask. I know they start with the Y-Ray specs. That is because there's goals that can involve the Y-Ray specs. However, they did not get any.
Oh man, that would have been confusing for them.
So they don't, thankfully, have to worry about that. I think they start with a couple of other small things, just more open. Nothing really to help them.
Oh man, seeing the seeing the recruited Pokemon just kind of wandering around is so scary.
Yeah. I'm wondering if Proasek isn't aware of how to send them back.
I would not be surprised. It's a bit more of a niche mechanic. Definitely useful.
Oh. Actually, they just figured it out.
Yeah, I guess they're forced to because they can't have 5 members here.
Oh, that's
Yeah, maybe they think that's the only way they can do it, but you can just do them individually, even when you like only have 3 Pokemon there. Let's see. So will that Granbull be useful? I'm trying to see. Actually, yeah. So 15 different Pokemon in assembly, so it will be useful if
Yeah.
just for that.
Recruiting anything is useful at the moment. You know, looking at goals that they might struggle with later on, I wonder. Outlaw missions can be tricky.
Yeah, for inexperienced players, that would be one that I would try to avoid, but they may go for it not really knowing just how strong some of these outlaws are, even in early dungeons.
Yeah, it'd be a
Also, I
shame
see a
if-
heavy box, which is one of the goals as well, getting 6 different types of boxes. Those just drop from pretty much any enemy, and like, is there actually 6 different types? I guess it's either that or maybe a bit more. They're all like virtually the same when it comes to just selling, so I never really worried too much about like what specific type it is, but for this it's actually going to be somewhat important. But I imagine they'll both be getting that goal without too much trouble. That's just something that shows up from pretty much any enemy that you fight. Actually, Proasek is on the last floor of Upper Steam, so we're going to shortly be seeing that goal get cleared here. That'll be nice.
Well, they do have to defeat Yuxi, which shouldn't
Oh, they're
be an
forced.
issue,
Ooh.
but
Without the Reviver Seeds, maybe it could be a bit concerning, but they are also pretty over-leveled, so I'm not too worried about it.
I'm not too worried. Ooh, their party has gotten split up though. Chuckle found the stairs.
Oh, good job, Shuckle. Even safeguarded to let him know. Oh, wait, is Entei on avoid the first hit or something? Nah, it must just be Let's Go Together AI being a little annoying.
Probably, yeah.
'Cause I
Is that-
can't imagine that was switched.
No, I think what happened was that Entei got a little hung up on water. I think Cresselia floated over like a diagonal spot of water or something.
Yeah, that would do it. Alright, so now it's time for the Yuxi fight.
Now, Yuxi, I
So-
believe, is a guaranteed recruit here. Right?
Yeah, I believe so. This should be
Alright.
guaranteed.
Well, that'll be another legendary for them to add. As long as they
Yeah,
can.
that'll already be at 3. And then honestly, because Crystal Cave is on here too, that could just straight up be the 4th.
Yeah, I would say so, getting Azov.
But yeah, there are a lot of squares on this where I'm just looking at and like, probably not. We're not gonna be seeing like. I can't like unless they get somewhat lucky with a one-shot orb. I don't really see the defeat an enemy with an OHKO move happening, at least within 3 hours. And
Wait, what was that
Funny
about?
enough-
Wait, there's a goal about one-hit... Wait, defeat an enemy with a one-hit KO move, one-shot orb, or perish? Oh, jeez.
yeah, which like that is
Uh.
definitely doable if you know how to set that
Yeah.
up.
I know, I
But-
think what I would do is, Oh, I'm trying to remember what the name of the dungeon is now. With all the Polytoad in it. What is that, the resort?
Is it the resort? I can't quite remember.
What is it, Marine
yeah,
Resort?
I
Marine
honestly-
Resort, right? I think that's the name.
It might be Marine Resort. I can't quite remember if Polytoad was there.
I know there's a dungeon with a bunch of Polytoad that love to spam Parish Song. So
But yeah, Steam Cave has been completed, so that is a definitive goal marked there.
yeah, if they click that. There we go. Looks like they both clicked
Nice.
that.
And then
Rexy
let's
prematurely marked it then. Rexy has to be Fixie still. It is interesting that out of all of the options they had available to them, they both went for Steam Cave immediately.
yeah. I wonder if they were just going down the list and that was like the first one they saw that they recognized was on the bingo card.
Maybe.
Because yeah, Landslide Cave probably gonna be further along. Crystal Cave is like just the next page over.
Yeah. So maybe they both go Crystal Cave next.
Yeah, so now they're probably just trying to figure out which things to do.
Well, it's like they're
and-
also... Ooh, a Labyrinth Cave mission actually wouldn't be bad, because you want to get some of those left missions done. You have to go there at some point anyway, so I'd be grabbing that. Right. So, Treasure Town. Let's see here. They can get missions, they can store money, and store items. Looks like Proasek is being smart and storing those plain seeds.
Yeah, don't want to lose those, especially for the goal.
So, such a weird thing to be like, yeah, plain seeds are valuable.
Yeah.
You think of any time you've ever said that plain seeds are valuable?
I not really. Like maybe for sticky fodder in level reset dungeons, but that's about it.
Alright. Well, while they go ahead and continue messing around Treasure Town real quick, I'm going to attempt to switch us over to our more proper layout so that things are less scuffed and hopefully things don't completely fall apart here. So, fingers crossed. Let's see what. Okay, wait. Alright. That's not what I want. CJ, which one do I want? Or do I gotta add it as one? You can unmute. I mean, you might as well, because I need... That is something.
We have a DS layout, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Do you know what the
Uh,
link for it is?
Here.
Because we just going off scuff at this point. Cool. And then I just add that. And then is that just a game capture? What is that? Ah. We just jumping around, going on a tour of our layouts. Yeah, I don't remember how to add it, CJ, that's the thing.
Just edit the URL of the
Of
like
the
you can either
game
create a new
source?
scene or edit the URL of the
Yeah, I'll just do that.
browser source in OBS.
Well,
And then you probably need to duplicate the stream captures so that you can crop one for each
I
screen.
can't do that. It doesn't work. I tried that earlier.
What do you
with
mean?
Scuff 1.
Duplicating the stream captures doesn't work?
No, because I don't know. Why is this not like I'm putting in the link you have is showing wrong information. That's the problem. I need you to update the information on it. The name of the
Oh,
runners and stuff.
yeah. That's fine. That I can do too.
Okay, cool. While you do that, I can try to get the rest of this all good. No. No. This is also the wrong DS layout. Alright. While we try to get some of the...
We only have the one.
Loa had made a second one, but I think he forgot to update.
Oh, did he?
You. Yeah.
Let me finish updating.
Basically, he had flipped everything upside down so that it looked more like what I have here. Whatever. I think we'll just run with the scuffed layout. But, you know, I can see if you can cook and at some point. Either way,
Yeah, Rob,
let's see where we are now.
Yeah, Rob, if you use studio mode in OBS, you can make edits to another layout while not changing the one that's
True,
being
the
sent
issue
out.
is that I'm in a completely different scene collection.
Oh, geez, okay. Gotcha. But yeah, I guess in the meantime, I'm pretty sure that I saw a Parasect was recruited on Proasek's side, which means I believe they do have 3 different bug Pokemon. So hopefully at some point they'll recognize that and update the goal.
Yeah, because they would have Parasect, Shuckle, Cricketune, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. So yeah, that's 3.
And Brian taking a victim here. Just saw that Zapdos got taken down by that. So that is a Reviver Seed lost on Rexy's side.
Wonder what Rexy's goal is for 9K. I don't know if they got a mission in there or what.
I'm not quite sure. I guess we'll see if a mission shows up later. At the very least, they are getting orbs and boxes, and yeah, I mean, if they manage to get a one-shot orb, maybe they can try to use it. Get pretty lucky with that other goal in the top left.
True. I think the best shot for the top left is probably gonna be trying to just get a revisor soon. You know what I just realized?
Oh, sorry, I meant the bottom left, not the top
Oh,
left.
okay. You know what I just
But yeah,
realized,
revisor.
though?
Yeah.
Rexy has Illuminous with them. There was
That they do.
There's the goal, make a Pokemon with an Illuminate blink 10 times on one floor.
Yeah, and it doesn't specify whether it has to be an enemy or your own, so they could get that set up, like if they do it in Beach Cave maybe, and just have it get spammed there. Like that would be a super easy way to get that goal without having to worry about taking too much damage.
Alright, Rob, I just sent you an updated link.
Okay. Alright, it looks like the team name, or the runner names and times and stuff still needs to get updated then.
How did it not update? Did I forget to click a button? That's the easiest fix of all time, thankfully.
That's okay. Once it looks good on the browser here, then I'll make the switch. Okay. This looks good. Alright, we're gonna attempt the switch again.
Alright.
Alright. It might help if I... Okay, hang on. Oh, right.
The hidden stairs, nice. Get to see the secret bazaar here.
I wish... I don't like how the cropping works for our stuff. But I will try to get it figured out as quick as I can. Alright, let me make sure that I at least get Rexy's screen up, so that way at least, Oh, was it? Rexy, why is your thing not loading?
Oh, I got the flag.
I don't know why Rex's thing isn't loading. Come on, Rexy. There we go. Okay. So good news. I have things there. CJ, can you click to reveal the board? Thank you. Alright, now I just gotta crop the stuff.
What should the timer be at?
Let's see here. If you set the timer for 35 minutes, I'll tell you when to hit start. Alright, it'll be like 20 seconds. Alright, get ready to start timer in 3, 2, 1. Timer start. Cool. Close enough.
Couple seconds in here.
let's see what I can do.
Oh, it's one of these missions where it's not a specific floor. So they just went through the entirety of Mount Horn and did not actually save the Pokemon.
Oh, jeez.
So other than recruiting a bunch of Pokemon and certainly getting the 3 different bug Pokemon assembly, ended up being kind of a bust.
You know what? This actually works. Oh, we cooking? Wow, it's almost like the way to fix this is to throw everything that I was taught about how to do this out the window and just do it the way I like to do it.
We won't talk about it.
Yeah, I'll get yelled at later. It's fine.
If it works, it works.
If it works, it works. Exactly. Oh my goodness, do you believe in miracles? I think we're good!
Nice.
Hooray!
Hooray! And it only took 40 minutes!
Ooh, and we I guess interesting timing because that
Oh
is
no!
a full death.
Rexy
All the reviver
just
seeds are gone.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, you don't want to be awaiting rescue. No one's coming to rescue you. All right. That is.
Yeah, I'm gonna just have to cut the losses there.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now that everything is hopefully good, chat, let us know if things still look rough, but I think we're good. Why don't?
Okay, so it was for a mission that they went into Brine Cave.
Okay.
They're just trying to get to 5F.
That's not too bad. Or is it a deep brine 5F?
No, it looked like it was just normal Brine.
Okay. Proasek is so nervous they are shaking.
Yeah, what happened over there?
I was gonna say, I think it's just paralysis. I think
Yeah, it was just paralysis. They
I
just
think
didn't
they
want
were
to move.
paralyzed and just weren't moving because they were looking something up.
That makes sense.
It's worth remembering. So I know you don't know a whole lot about how we do things. Each of the runners are allowed to have someone in voice to help them just look things up or whatever. And at the moment, Rexy is a helper and Proasek does not.
I see. Okay.
So, yeah. Although, CJ, weren't you on Proasek's team?
Yes, but I also had other things to do. I only did this because Flaw pinged me emergency SOS.
Oh, okay, fair enough. All right, you're all good now. Thank you for dealing with emergency.
Okay. Good luck, guys.
All right. See ya. I mean, they weren't wrong, but this is what happens when you leave me in charge,
Oops.
Oops.
But nah, I mean, it's working now, so.
Yeah, we're good.
We do
We're
it.
good. We made progress. And hey, would you believe it? Their top screens haven't changed.
Yeah, unsurprising.
Yeah,
Ultimately, it doesn't really matter that much one way or
no,
another.
It doesn't.
But yeah, we do like to change the top screen. Depending on which one you do, it actually does potentially like save little bits of time or just gives you better information. Like you can actually see all of your party members' HP from one of the top screens, and that is quite useful sometimes, especially for when they're just constantly being moved away because of the like water tiles and such. Since they both chose Pokemon that can go over water, but not everything they recruit will be able to as well.
Hmm. And especially in
Oh,
Proasek's case,
wait.
their partner can't.
Does that count as hit yourself in confusion with an orb move on Proasek's side?
Well, how'd they hit themselves? What did they just do?
So they're confused and they just killed their own Ampharos.
I
I
don't think that's hit yourself, because wouldn't hit yourself be literally like your own Pokemon?
Well, how would you even do that? That's not how
Hit
confusion works in this
yourself
game.
in confusion. Well, it says with an orb or move, not with the confused status. Right?
Fusion.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
you
no.
think it means like room range?
When you're confused, can't you use an orb and it'll affect you instead?
Yeah, if you
Like-
have something with a
Like you
room
can
range
use like
status,
an
yes.
itemizer orb when you're confused, and it will change yourself into an item. Isn't that a thing?
That's not quite how it works. You would need like mirror move or something to do it with an itemizer orb. But any sort of like room range orb or move that would affect normally like only enemies. If you're confused, it can hit
There
yourself.
we go. I think that's
So, like,
what they're going for then, yeah.
yeah, maybe something like discharge or like the
Blizzard.
one I usually think about is powder snow because of
Oh no,
Blue
that
Rescue
is-
Team.
you're right.
But yeah, there are certain orbs that would also do it. Like technically, even something like a Spurn or a Totter orb would also do it. Although I don't know if Totter orb would count if you're already confused.
Probably not. You'd already be confused. Alright. Proasek has an Oranberry. Don't eat it!
Yeah, they I think have tons of orange berries right now, so hopefully they don't.
Honestly, it might not be a bad idea, though, to just say, I'm gonna forfeit that one goal to stay alive.
Yeah, it could end up being useful if it gets you another goal in its stead.
Mm-hmm. A self-destruct trap was activated, but damp conditions saved them. There you go.
This is code damp.
Alright, well, Rexy has made it to 5F.
Alright, so hopefully they can just save the Pokemon and get out of there.
Perfect. Proasek is...
Sure, they're-
The landslide, I think... I'm trying to remember. Is landslide 11 or 13 floors? I think it's 13.
Oh man. This is one that we like hardly ever go into. I don't quite remember.
Yeah, landslide... Do we even go in landslide in a recruit 'em all?
There might be something in here, but I don't
is
even
this where we
remember.
get Trash Burmy?
Huh.
I don't know, it's been a while.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have to look at the document again, but yeah, either way, this is definitely a dungeon that, like, you would never see this in most normal runs, and even for Recruit 'em All, you might only need like one thing in here. So this is a dungeon that you don't often see, actually.
Oh, Monster House. Uh-oh.
Well, do they have anything to deal with this? If not, this could be bad.
Alright, there's being smart and actually setting up double team. I don't hate the move.
Yeah, okay, luckily Entei does have Ember, so it can help out while this is going on. I mean, in all honesty, Landslide Cave is also not like a necessarily strong dungeon, so I think they will be alright. Also, I believe the mission was completed for Brine Cave.
I think so.
It's kind of hard to tell without the text, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
I think the mission was completed and Rexy got out of there. So, why don't we go ahead? I'm gonna go ahead and pull Rexy in here since they just finished Brine Cave. And we can ask them a couple questions, see how they're feeling. Sound good?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright. Hello.
Give up.
Happy 45-minute mark.
Absolutely.
You'll be happy to know that the restream is no longer scuffed.
Thank goodness for that.
We can thank CJ later.
Wonderful.
So how are you feeling right now?
I'm not too sure.
Solid 1-1 score right now. I don't even know who marked it off first. I think Proasek did
It was
by a little bit.
Proasek. I mean, I marked it up, but then I realized I had to fight Uxie first, and then I had to do that. So, that'd be that. Yeah, I'll go find your seal.
Yeah, we unmarked that goal because we marked it early, so yeah, we technically marked it back second.
Mm-hmm. But it seems like you're making progress. You completed the Brine Cave goal, or the Brine Cave mission, it looked like.
I did, yes. I didn't even realize that I had to actually unsuspend the mission first.
Ooh, yeah, that would get you.
Oh. That'll do it.
Also, we went to Beach Cave first by accident.
Oh, that was by accident? Oh, I thought you were just going in there for another mission or something.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. Do we count the partner as 4? That's like a seal and a dugong.
What are we counting?
Water Pokemon.
Where's the goal? What's the phrasing of it? 5 different water
yeah.
Pokemon in
Column
assembly. So yes, you can count the Dugong.
Okay.
Because it's in your
Alright.
assembly.
Alright, thank you.
The only issue is if it specifically says recruit a Pokemon. Then you cannot count you or your partner.
Okay, got it.
Ah.
So like, for example, if you started as a Ho-Oh, you can't mark off recruit Ho-Oh.
Good point.
Alright.
Okay then, so I'm gonna be aiming for the missions from the left board because it seems like the safest bet to do, and I may get quite a few recruits along the way. Foggy Forest is just over here, so that should be nice and simple, right?
Alright, so we got a mission for Foggy Forest.
Yep.
Okay. Foggy Forest isn't too bad at all.
Except I'm already seeing fog, and now I'm wondering about how the what kind of terrain effects would work. I learned very quickly that Brine Cave had a lot of water, and so poor old Pika the Grand Bull had to wade around everywhere I trek.
Yeah. Brine Cave's also a late normal game dungeon, so...
Ah, okay. I was assuming because everything is on the first page would be normally early game, but
I
guess not.
mean... So, the thing is, there's a lot of dungeons that are, like, post-game. So, there's really not that many dungeons that I would say are, like, easy.
I would bet, no.
Foggy Forest, though, is probably on the easier side.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And I should also look out for any more Pokemon that deal weather. I learned very quickly that Gastrodon has Rain Dance, so if I can get another weather ability from any other recruitment that I get, then that would be fantastic.
That's a good thing to keep in mind. You got one, now you just need a second. There you go.
Yeah. I don't know what Cherubi's loadout would end up being, unless it already has Sunny Day or whatever.
I could not tell you. Even if I knew, I could not tell you what Cherubi's moveset right now would look like. Not a clue.
Oh. Is it possible to just go over their movesets while they're stored away at assembly?
Yeah.
Yes?
You should be able to.
Should be.
You should be able to see those, like, general stats and moves from them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see why you wouldn't be able to, so. Alright. So it looks like we're keeping an eye on the weather-inducing. We're working towards getting the bottom right goal. Complete a total of 3 missions from the left board.
Also, Rob, you're a Smeargle.
Oh, I get to be a Smeargle?
Yes, you do.
I like Smeargles, so I'm down with this.
Oh, who's being the patchy?
Alright.
Oops. No, it's not okay.
What do you think Proasek's up to?
Probably attempting some of the other caves and trying to see if there's another way to get a Cresselia.
Alright.
Or something like that. I guess it's who does as commentating. I'll make you the patchy.
I'll take Patricio.
There you go. Not quite a turtwig, but you know.
Yeah.
The IQ went up because it ate the gummy. It's funny. Bug bite is scary.
Alright. Anything else you want to talk about, Rexy? Any other goals you got in the back of your mind that you're looking at?
I'm still completely winging it because it still feels like the Bingo-thon way. Feels what it has to be.
Always the Bingo-thon way.
Yep.
Alright.
Why not mix seafood the zigzagoon? Because I can. Get everyone else involved was with this.
Alright, well, I wish you luck. And, we'll chat again, you know, at some point.
Alright, thanks very much.
Alright, good luck in the fog.
Oh, there's a box! Let me get the box!
I have to love what's going on with Proasek right now, because Proasek is starving with a bag full of orange berries.
Yep. I mean, they do have a gummy as well.
They do have the gummies.
I swear they picked up an apple at some
I
point,
thought
but
they did too.
I don't know.
Maybe they're like, I don't want to waste the apple because I'm so close to the end.
If they know that they have the apple. I mean, they're just using other stuff. I mean, if they just look one page to the left, I'm pretty sure they have an apple. But the gummy will work. It's only, what, like 30 belly? But that... Oh no, 15 belly. It's not even that.
Dude,
But...
stop picking up the orange berries.
I've got so many.
Oh my god. I don't... Dude, you'd be loving it if you saw all these orange berries. I don't know, maybe not all these orange berries, but getting a few ain't bad.
In RTDX, definitely.
How dare you mention that cursed game to me.
I mean, I have to think about it a little bit more now because of the Switch 2. Because at some point we need to
true.
figure out what to do about that.
I know a lot of the communities are preemptively setting it up so that they can do a console split.
Yeah,
A moment of
I mean, it
silence
just...
for my boy, Proasek Lost Shuckle.
No. It should just be back in the assembly area, but oof.
Oh, another box. Proasek's getting some good boxes here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder if they'll check if they have 6 different ones at some point. The orbs also, I feel, getting pretty close there.
Maybe, yeah. Alright. Should we see how Proasek's feeling, starving with a bag full of berries?
Maybe let's wait until they're out of this, because they may be in a pretty stressful situation here.
You know what? Fair enough. We can wait a little bit.
The cherry berry, they could eat that too.
True. It's just the orange berries they can't. Alright. I haven't seen either of them use their save states either at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't... Well, it'll probably be pretty tough to tell when it might be useful.
Oh, yeah. No, that's part of the evilness of it, is...
Yeah.
It's a very useful tool, but it's not exactly clear when it's a good time versus a bad time. Because, like, you could use it when you're nearing the end of a dungeon to be safe, but, like, if you're nearing the end, then you don't have that much further to go. I think Proasek has realized also that they have the bugs, because they in chat were like, wait, I got Pineco and Shuckle, didn't I get a third?
Did
I think
Did Proasek actually complete a mission here? They did complete Landside Cave, at least.
I don't think they were trying to complete a mission. I think they were just going for Landside Cave.
Oh, yeah, maybe it was a different dungeon that had the mission.
Or maybe they also didn't unsuspend it. Who knows? But, Let's go ahead and pull Proasek in and see how they're feeling now that they're up 2-1.
Sounds good.
Hi. Proasek?
Hello.
How goes it?
I miss my boy.
You miss your boy?
I miss my boy. They took him
Oh.
from me.
Should be able to get him back from the assembly.
It's not the same.
I mean, it is the same. It's literally the same.
It is literally the same guy. Yeah, I'm just Actually, I do need to go there anyway to check if I've got 3 bugs because I feel like I miscounted that.
Yeah, actually, I believe you do, because you got what? The Cricketune, the Shuckle, and something else. I can't quite remember.
Exactly, and it's something else that I cannot remember for the life of me. Right, it's south of here?
Well,
Question
you know,
mark?
we can double check. I think there's a chance you have as many as 4 bugs, so.
No, that's not where it is. Where is the assembly these days? Where do they keep it?
The main crossroads.
Say again?
Well, there's 2 places you can go. The main crossroads there.
Right, main crossroads. Got it. Got
The
it.
bell. The
Right.
bell on the sign. Nope, you were just at the crossroads.
Yeah,
I will
okay.
say I can't hear Jack Diddley because this game has very loud music. It's pleasant, but I can't hear it.
Hang on. Well, you're
pause.
going the wrong way.
Okay,
It's like right next
where
to
do I need to go?
Where you normally enter the dungeons.
Yeah, where you enter the dungeons, there's a bell on a sign.
Okay, bell on the sign. Oh, I remember now. Cool, it's almost like I played the game a decade ago.
So, out of curiosity, did you do any prep for this?
I looked at the game. Hang on. I swear it was here, or am I thinking of Rescue Team?
Dude, the bell's right there.
The bell is...
Dude.
How blind am I?
Very!
Okay, I'm going to go over every sprite I see. There is a
Dude,
Granbull, there is a
you
sign,
are-
there is a
what?
well, there is another sign, there is a
Yeah.
windmill, there are 2
The
flowers, there is
sign!
a tree, there is
The
another
sign
tree.
a foot away from you.
Oh my god, it has a bell. Why is that exactly the same color as the wells? Ah!
Oh my god.
Oh, I see. You thought it was one of the legs of whatever that is.
Someone clip that, please. That is
Okay, so
literally
one-
put your hand on the lid.
Parasect! That's right. So yeah, that's 3 different bug types.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, you got
and,
tons. You got Pineco.
Yeah, Pineco's a bug type, I think.
Yeah, Pineco, Parasect, Cricketune, Shuckle.
I overqualified on that one by
Oh yeah.
quite.
But that's
But yeah, you do
okay.
need 15 different Pokemon in assembly anyways, so good for that goal.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Is that 10 orbs? I think that's 10 orbs. Yeah, that looks like 10 orbs.
Okay.
Cool. Ah, it's 11 orbs.
Nice.
Alright, what about boxes? I've been grinding out the numbers, as you can see. Because I am bad at doing missions.
Yeah, it's gotten you a lot of items though.
I doubt.
So what's your next goal you think you're gonna go for?
Hang on, I'm just checking the boxes. So, pretty, deluxe, heavy, glittery, that's 4. Gorgeous, dainty? Yeah, that's 6. 6 boxes. Next, I am thinking... I might go... Well, plain seeds will just kind of happen when I need it. Or when I get the items. One evolutionary item. I was hoping I would get the Magmarizer, but I just didn't find it.
Oh, okay.
Because massive skill issue. So I think I'm going to go for Crystal Cave and just clear that off and see what numbers I get. Water Pokemon would be nice, but
I don't know if you're gonna find
As-
a lot of waters in Crystal Cave, but maybe.
maybe.
I'm trying to remember because it's been a while since I've played this game too.
I'll say I'll just do the cave because it's what I know I've got a goal for.
True. Did you enjoy starving while you had a bag full of orange berries?
That was very unfortunate, yes. I fortunately remembered at some point that gummies actually give you belly,
There you
but
go.
that required effort. Oh, hello, Survivor.
Alright. One more question. What do you think Rexy's up to right now?
Well, I haven't seen activity from that side of the board in a while, so I'm worried about... Oh, geez, I don't know, legendary Pokemon?
Ooh, interesting thought.
Oh yeah, wait, I got the Uxie. Do me and Entei count as... Do me and Davith count as legendaries for that?
So in general, if the goal is phrased as in assembly, then yes, your starter and partner count.
Okay,
So
cool.
four
I'm at
different
3 or
legendary
4 then.
Pokemon in assembly, yes, your Cresselia and Entei count. So you're at 3.
Cool, so one more of them.
However,
I don't remember what the boss
specifically
is.
says recruit Cresselia, you did not recruit Cresselia.
I see. That makes sense. I don't need to grind those anymore.
So.
Yeah,
there
cool.
you go.
If the boss of this cave is a legendary of some nature, which I don't bloody remember, then I'll have that. Nice.
Alright. Well, sounds like you got a plan.
It sounds like it.
At least for the next, however long Crystal Cave takes.
Yeah. I've been getting good stair luck, so shouldn't take too long,
Alright.
relatively.
And you still have all of your save states you can use, right?
Yeah, true. I've not been using those
Yep. So just keep those in
because I've
mind.
just been sweeping, honestly.
I mean, they are meant to help you however you see fit. So.
It's true, actually. I could have been using those for recruit RNG. Are legendaries guaranteed recruits before I make a massive mistake?
Some of them are and some of them
depends.
aren't.
Yeah.
Ah, wonderful.
Yep, that's all I will say.
In which case, I think I know where I should use my first save state.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna let you get going.
Cool. Have a good one.
Alright, bye.
Good luck.
I hope.
On that note, though, using a save state right before recruit Ho or Lugia would be pretty baller.
It would be, yeah.
I didn't even
Though
think
the
about it.
downside is,
Yeah.
I feel like a save state before Azelf might happen.
You know what? Oh well.
It's pretty evil.
I was honest. Some of them are, some of them aren't.
Yeah. That is true. That's very true.
They are more than welcome to look it up when they see Azelf. I also might yell at Proasek to move their mouse cursor.
Oh. Yeah, might be good.
Give me 1 sec. Hey, can you move your mouse cursor?
Oh, yep, sorry.
Thank you. Alright. Well, actually, now that I think about it, so because I said earlier that I consider Crystal Cave and Crystal Crossing to be separate dungeons. So technically, they might not even run into Azelf here. Because Crystal Crossing, you can enter separately from Crystal Cave from the town. Like, you can see the logic I'm getting at, right?
Yeah, I get the idea. So, I mean, it is possible they just don't go through crossing. I mean, honestly, I don't think they would unless they realized that there was a legendary at the end of it.
We they lost their Ampharos. They are going to confuse themselves later. Proasek just named... what Pokemon is this?
Beldum?
They named a Beldum Ampharos. Because that's not going to cause... Oh, Ampharos too. Well, that's slightly better. Alright. Well, Proasek now has the lead 5-1. But honestly, a lot of the ones that Proasek marked off are, like, easy. So I could see Rexy easily catching up with some of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's anything here so far that, like, can't be pretty easily completed. It will be interesting to see if, like, any of these more obscure goals end up getting done.
Wait.
Because...
Oh no, Rexy just lost the client.
Oh, it was Escort? Dang.
Yeah, it was an
Actually, yeah.
Escort
Oh, man.
Snubbull.
It's an Escort in Mystifying Forest. That is a... that is a decision. Honestly, I don't even think I would try to deal with that.
Well, I think it would depend on how far. 8F, yeah, that's a little... Yikes.
That is pretty far, yeah. I mean, there's a reason why it's a 4-star. That means it is on the more difficult side of things, and escorts usually are quite difficult.
I'd be avoiding any of these missions with stars on them, unless it was, like, for the first, like, 4 floors.
Looks like they're just going straight back in.
Like, maybe. Well... Be careful, Rexy.
Yeah, not having those reviruses anymore is definitely quite scary for stuff like this.
Yeah.
Oh! A one-shot orb. It actually happened.
Wait, who got it?
Proasek.
Oh, wow.
They actually used it. Alright, I was not sure if we were gonna see that, but I mean, it worked. It actually just straight up worked.
Huh.
So that is one that I could see not being obtained by Rexy. That one's not too easy. You actually have to find it and then get lucky to actually hit it.
Well, like I said, I wouldn't aim for the one-shot orb. I would aim for getting Perish Song.
Yeah, but then they have to know where to get Perish Song.
Yeah,
That'd be the main
that's
thing.
The issue is they're not going to know where to go. I think Rexy is determined that they have 15 Pokemon in assembly then.
Yeah, I mean, they've been recruiting non-stop, so that's a good one to already get. Although,
I think both
hopefully they're
have,
close
but-
on the water, because they're still going to be getting more Pokemon just in general. No, actually, this Metapod would be good for their bugs. Yeah, and they get it.
Bug. They have Gastrodon.
Well, Gastrodon's water ground.
Oh shoot, you're right. Why did I think it was Water Bug? This is what happens when I don't Pokemon in a bit.
That's fair.
At least besides Crystal, but... I don't like how Rexy is just separated from Snubbull every time I look over.
Yeah, that's definitely quite scary to see.
Snubbull, you're gonna lose Gastrodon here. Yep, there goes Gastrodon.
Ooh. Yeah, that double rain dance is not great. And man, that damage was actually crazy.
Eradicate. Okay. Rexy's just gonna
Oh,
give us
actually.
heart attacks for a bit. Oh, and now Proasek has a monster house.
Oh gee, well, it is Crystal Cave, so... Cave and Crossing are certainly known for it. Maybe not as much as Quicksand, but still. By the way, could you do the screen share again?
Oh, when did it lose?
I think it was when you moved over to the other VC.
Oh, yeah. Okay. True. Yeah, that's not a problem. Sorry about that.
No worries, thank you.
Alright. So we got 6-2 going on here. Proasek dealing with a monster house and Rexy giving us heart attacks with Snubbull. Snubbull's gonna go down again!
Oh,
Snubbull is in
luckily
run
it went
mode.
back. Yep. Which means trying to get it to come with you is not gonna be easy until it heals up a little bit. Yeah, this is definitely not an easy dungeon for inexperienced players.
Alright, we got the Snubble. Oh, well, Rexy's following the Snubble. The Snubble
Yeah,
is now the leader.
You gotta wait for it to eventually.
There we go. Okay, it went to a dead end. There we go. We're all good.
Yep. All right. Oh, never mind. It doesn't have enough health still, so it's still running away.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no! We're attacking
heck.
our dugong.
Oh, that's pretty scary.
Oh
What?
no!
Okay, that is just crazy unlucky to, like, essentially 1 in 64.
To hit him back to back like that, yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Oh
Wow.
man.
The only like accidental bright side of this, if they don't
my
die.
god! Forget Snubble. Is Zapdos going down? Well, we can recruit the Flygon, I guess.
Yep. Also, not a bug type.
Oh, but we're still sand trapped. I think.
It should be fine.
Why you? Oh,
Also, why are they attacking?
I think Rexy's venting frustration.
Oh, the down
Oh,
input.
Rexy,
No.
Rexy, stop! No.
Oh, the extra movement.
Oh,
Yeah. This is
jeez.
definitely like a pretty scary dungeon. Also, whoa!
Oh,
A death on
Proasek
both
just took it
sides!
down.
The monster house was too much.
Oh no.
Okay, well, I mean,
Proasek's first death.
we've certainly got a race on our hands. Oh, and then they also made the same mistake of going to a weight rescue.
No one's coming to rescue you, Proasek. You gotta just rescue yourself. Oh, jeez.
Alright, well, they're both probably gonna feel the effects of that, but
Rexy,
they're not gonna know the other one.
Rexy, no!
They're going back in. Oh man, I mean, that's some sheer determination right there.
Now, because of the prior matches, Rexy has one extra use of the save states. I would recommend using them here. Like,
Yeah, this
save
might be a good
state maybe
spot.
on floor 3 and then maybe again on floor 6. Do something like that, I would do. Proasek looks like is trying to get maybe a crack team together, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know who they've
honestly,
recruited that
I don't know who else would be good here. Like,
would be.
honestly, their 2 legendaries are probably gonna be the best by far.
Yuxi maybe? Throw Yuxi on?
Actually, what level is Yuxi at this point?
I would think 50?
Oh,
42.
42. Okay.
That is an oddly specific number.
Yuxi truly is the meaning of life.
Rexy just got all the way to 4F so fast. Whoa.
Okay. Looking good so far. Get some good stairs RNG.
Rexy, please save state like now. Oh, there are the stairs actually. Okay, okay. Alright, we're recruiting a Weeping Bell.
Yeah, I guess with no Reviver Seeds, this is just, like, bodies at this point.
They are bodies that will take hits instead of Snubble because their deaths do not matter. That
Exactly.
is really dark, but I love it.
Honestly, the other thing that's kind of interesting here is that they didn't go back and get Dugong, their other, like, really strong partner.
Oh, you're losing
Also,
Snubble. No, Rexy, no.
Also, okay, so what is happening here? Beach Cave. So
Bro, is that
why
like a
are
beach
we
cave?
in Beach Cave? Is there a mission here, maybe?
No, we
'Cause
lost
I
Snubble.
was- Yep. That is unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, with client missions, you gotta, or with escort missions specifically, you gotta keep them at your side at all times because they are normally much, much lower level compared to whatever dungeon you're in. And Mystifying Forest is a pretty strong dungeon. It's one of the first post-game dungeons, and yeah, they're closer to like the 40s, 50s in terms of level, whereas your Snubble is not going to be anywhere near that
Not
point.
only is it one of the first post game dungeons, but like Honestly, as far as the dungeons and the post-game story goes, I consider it one of the harder ones too.
I would too.
Like,
Like,
I mean, Aegis
yeah.
is more annoying, but Aegis is easier, arguably.
Yeah, Aegis itself is easy. It's more just the mechanic of actually
Yeah.
trying to get the unknown stones.
Yeah. I think the only ones that I would say are harder are like Spatial Rift and Dark Cave.
Yeah, Dark Crater is just one of the
I know
hardest
Dark Crater,
dungeons,
I know Dark
like
Crater.
in general.
Yeah, I think Dark Crater is
It's
probably
brutal.
my least favorite, besides the Zero Isle. Actually, no, I kind of hate Sky Tower too, but that's just a me thing.
Sky Tower's a tough one, so I don't blame you. There are some very, very, very rough enemies there. I also like how Cresselia is just kind of chilling there on the left side. I wonder if they'll do a little chat there, because that might be a good surprise.
Yeah, they might be good to recruit Cresselia by now.
Yeah, I mean, well, hopefully at some point they'll look it up and realize, wait a minute, we can just get Cresselia that way.
Well, I
But
know
yeah.
at the very least they can't do it from the very beginning. I think they have to do like 3 missions or something first. But they are close.
Oh, yeah, if the missions matter for it, yeah. But, I mean, they are both trying to do missions, I believe. I mean, Crystal Cave is obviously what they are trying to do first, but... So actually, what? Okay, so where are they trying to go right now?
I don't
I
know
hope they do not
what
go to a Zero Isle.
I
That
don't
would be...
I don't like how far in the pages they were looking. I was like, what are they going for?
Huh,
Proasek is just having to Google things on their own. So they don't have the luxury of someone Googling things while they're playing. They just kind of gotta go.
It is possible they are looking for Hoolugia. That's like the only reason I would see to be this far in without a mission at least. But like honestly, I feel like going for the missions right now might just be the play. Is that another death? Yeah,
Google
it's another death.
summary
It's double
AI
speed.
lied to me again. What?
What are they looking for?
Wait, I need to know what the Google AI said. They just go Marine Resort.
Marine Resort. Wait, why there? Okay. What could be there that they would want? Evolutionary item maybe? What is in there?
There's a lot of Pokemon, a lot of unique Pokemon.
Yeah, I usually just think of it as like the recruit fest place.
Right.
But like
Also gummies, but there's no goal for getting gummies here.
yeah, that's true. What am I looking for?
We're gonna have next time we pull them in, we're gonna have to ask them, what did Google AI tell you?
Yeah, why
And why
here?
Marine?
Is there anything? Like I've pulled up the page for
There
it just to see
are
if there's anything.
water types here. Maybe they just saw the name Marine Resort and said marine water, so water Pokemon?
That could be the case, although
I mean, it's not the most accurate, unfortunately, but
yeah, I mean there are a couple water types here.
a couple,
But
but not a lot.
it is more other like this is more just like a hodgepodge of random Pokemon. And it's a lot of stuff that like you can't really get anywhere else, or like not easily at least.
Ooh, but we're
And that's a
down already.
fast death. Wow.
That was a fast death. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
both
they're
struggling
stuck.
now.
Yeah, they're stuck on dungeons that are much more difficult and like honestly not even that necessary.
Yeah.
Like they could easily do missions in much easier places and recruit Pokemon in easier places. Like, I mean, if they're gonna go for the water mission, I mean, there's there's a dungeon called Waterfall Cave that is
True.
much easier, has a lot more water types.
There's also Lake Afar, which isn't too bad.
Like a far, huh?
Isn't that a... or is that a different game?
Well, Lake of Far.
No, I'm right. Lake Afar is a dungeon.
Yeah, well, isn't it? Well, I usually think of that one as a bit more difficult. Let me see what the levels are. Oh, actually, oh, it's kind of random actually.
Yeah, it's a little
They
low.
range anywhere from like really low level to like the 30s.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought Lake of Fire was easier than that in my memory, but maybe not. I was like, I know
It is
Lake
pretty
of
much.
Fire is a dungeon. Like, come on, don't tell me
Yeah.
I'm
No,
making
I
up names
wasn't.
of dungeons now.
I wasn't pausing because of the dungeon. I was pausing because like, isn't that a bit more difficult? But
Probably. Serenity
it looks like
River.
it's a bit more
Serenity
than the average.
River doesn't have a lot of Pokemon, but oh, Star
I
Snip's not a
believe.
water type though.
Yeah, true. It's not. Yeah, Serenity River probably would be on the easier side though. I don't think it's a difficult dungeon.
No, Serenity River's a joke. It's like 4 floors, but there's
Yeah.
literally no reason for them to go there. Looks like we're going for Crystal Crossing. No, back to Crystal Cave. Okay.
Oh wait, back to Crystal Cave. Oh right, because they still haven't completed it.
Yeah, they got close to the end, but then died to the monster house. Okay. Alright, we took down the grottle. A stairs orb. Interesting. That could actually be useful.
Yeah, could help if they get close to the end and just want to get it there. Just want to
Ooh,
make sure they
stair
know where it
floor.
is. Also, wow, the escape orb in Crystal Cave. 80% runners.
Oh,
Super happy
Proasek
about
actually
that.
just got a pure seed too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wonder if they
Actually, I think
know
they just
how
got
that one
two.
works.
I think they
Was
just
it
got
two?
two. Well, it said Beldum picked up a pure seed, which I don't. I guess in hindsight, I don't know if it's their Beldum or another Beldum.
Hmm.
So maybe it was another Beldum that got the pure seed, and then they got that pure seed. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, actually, isn't there Beldum called Ampharos too?
True. You are right. So it must have been an enemy Beldum, and then they killed it and grabbed their pure seed.
Also, what a layout, by the way, on Proasek side. Full
Yeah,
anti-stare.
Yeah, it's an anti-stare. Oh, that was a
Although,
very
on
nice
the
stare.
other hand, Rexy is about to hit 6F.
Please, Rexy, remember you can save state.
It is getting really close, but yeah, I mean, the enemies aren't going to get any less dangerous.
No.
Also choosing not to use moves very often, which is pretty scary.
Alright.
But yeah, and they have officially marked the 3 different bug Pokemon.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they hadn't gotten it yet at that point.
I feel like they might have, and they just didn't realize it. Ooh, another quick stairs. Okay. If it's
This might
just
finally be
escort
it.
to 8F, then they just have the one more floor to go.
Oh, that is risky. Okay.
Oh, but
Oh, why
stop
do they keep
moving.
moving?
Kill the Torterra. No!
No! Oh, that's so sad. They, for whatever reason, they just kept moving when they
Oh, they
could
made
have
a save state.
attacked. They did make a save state.
Oh,
Okay.
thank
So
goodness.
they've
Okay.
used up a point for it.
All right. That's
So
good.
I don't know how that'll get marked, but yeah.
Yeah, so
At
they
the
have
very
to
least,
unmark the
this-
bug by...
Yeah, actually, so the seed will be the same from this point. So they're gonna know where the stairs are for at
Yeah.
least the next, well, at least now, and then next floor they
I-
won't. But
Actually, the
they'll know.
floors can slightly change based on movement.
Yeah, based on movement,
I
but the
know
stair
it-
positioning will be the same.
Yeah, I know. Oh, there we go. That was a good kill for the Torterra.
Yeah,
I
this
still
time
don't
they were
know
ready.
Where it is, though.
Let's see. What is this
But you
layout?
got to
It's
keep in
maybe a
mind, the
3x3.
Rexy has used 1, so they're both at 3 uses now. As far as I'm aware. Lost Flygon, grab Flygon back. Oh, there's a... Okay, that was just a teddy bear, so that wasn't a big deal.
Good job, Weeping Bell.
Another Torterra, though. But Snubble's in the back in safety. I don't like that Snubble's in the far back. Oh, there are the stairs. Oh!
Okay, this is the floor. All they have to do
Reach the destination
is find the
floor.
client.
Oh, I thought it was just, like, get to the floor.
Doesn't seem to be. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have
Rexy,
to bring to a
understand that
Pokemon.
you just need to find the Pokemon. Don't leave the floor. I don't know why Rexy doesn't like attacking. with
Yeah,
Zapdos. It seems like
I
very
think they're just
hesitant.
doing misinputs or something.
Maybe. This
'Cause
game is
it's
easy
super
to
risky.
misinput. Okay, good news, they're not going for the stairs.
Alright, yeah. Now they just need to find what they're looking for.
We didn't get a catch at what their client is, did we?
No, I didn't see. So I don't even know if it's the Pokemon or the item that they're looking for.
True, it could be an item they're looking for. Oh, there's a sticky.
Oh, there's a
sleep
sticky
seed.
sleep seed. Interesting. And let's see on the other
Oh, cat
side.
shop.
Well, it shouldn't be in the cat shop if it is an item.
No, but I was almost
But they
thinking.
could get some stuff.
I was thinking because I remember I think Mystifying Forest has the evolution item cat shops.
Oh, huh. I didn't even think about that.
So I was like, that could be something. Rexy
Oh, that is close to Snubble.
Oh, Rexy. Okay.
Oh, that Weeping Bell is.
Oh, but
Oh, but
Snubble's
no!
running.
Now they're running away. Oh, that could be bad. I'm not even sure if it will count while they're in runaway status. I don't quite know how
Does
that interaction
Rexy
works.
have the money for this? Rexy, put the stuff down. Rexy, put the stuff down. Rexy,
We're
put the
gonna
stuff
see
down.
a Kex
Rexy,
steal.
what
Oh
are you
my
doing?
god!
I did not.
They have the save state, so it's fine. But
Oh
like,
my god.
oh
Alright,
no.
so Rexy just robbed from Kecleon, which was a bad decision.
Yeah, this is a death. Like
Um.
it's not even. You're not surviving, Keck. That
Oh my
is
God.
unfortunate. Wow.
Don't steal, kids. Rexy's just like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah. If you cannot buy the
Oh
items, you need to put them back, or else that will happen.
Oh my god.
Okay, I mean they have the save state still, right? Like they
Yeah,
can
they
still use it.
should.
Does
I'm
it
gonna-
count
I'm
extra
gonna
points for
check-
them to use it?
No, it's just making the save state. I'm gonna make sure they understand that. Hang on.
Yeah, because
Hey, Rexy.
I love up.
I want to make sure you understand. It's just 1 point for creating the save state, so you can load it as many times as you need.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but,
If that's a decision you want to do, it's up to you.
yeah, fair enough. But I wasn't too sure if I end up reloading the save state, the gold on the mark to hit myself in confusion would be gone.
Oh. Did you hit your own Pokemon? Like, did Zapdos hit Zapdos?
Zapdos hit itself, yes.
Yes.
Ah. You're right. That goal would be gone, so it's up to you what you do.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Alright. Carry on.
Alright.
self. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, so we missed something somewhere.
What happened?
In all the chaos, Zapdos hit itself in confusion?
Really? Wait. How did it do that?
I'm not sure. But
Okay, I'll go back in the VOD and see, because that actually is
Yeah.
curious.
But either way, they said that they were concerned that by loading the save state, they would lose that goal. And I was like, yes, you would. They have Thunder Wave? Is Thunder Wave a remove?
Thunderwave? No, it should be single.
Why is Rexy giving up here?
Also, sorry, what was the reason for not using the save state?
Because they would lose the confusion goal.
Oh, it was for that. I see. Okay, yeah, let me see what this was about, because that could actually affect things.
Yeah.
Because getting hit in confusion is definitely a very, very difficult status to attain.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm curious exactly what happened that we missed.
okay, let's see. But also, yeah, Crystal Cave was completed, and so now they're going through Crystal Crossing, probably to go and get Azelf, or just to do the dungeon, because I don't know if they actually know if that's there.
Well, they're getting a lot of stair floors. I think it was like 3 in a row there.
Yeah, Crystal Crossing is known for its small layout, so I'm not too surprised. That is
Yeah.
quite lucky.
Another quick stair.
Okay, so let's see, where did the confusion happen?
I know they were confused when they were dealing with Kecleon, so it might have been during the Kecleon scuffle.
I mean, I don't see anything. I wonder if they got confused with, because there is one part of this where Zapdos hits Flygon in confusion, but we're not counting that.
No.
I don't see Zapdos actually hitting itself at any point here. So yeah, I would say that they should probably use the save state because they don't have that goal.
I'll let them know. Hey, so we were looking over the VOD. The only thing we could see was Zapdos hitting Flygon in confusion.
Huh?
We didn't see a part where Zapdos hit Zapdos. Was it during the
thought
Kecleon stuff, or?
I was reading it as I was confused. I took that much damage.
Because Kecleon hit you.
That was what was? Oh, it was the Kecleon?
Yeah,
Oh,
Kecleon hits
so
like a
it-
tank.
Oh, I see.
So you might be better off just loading the save state, because I don't think you have that goal.
Okay, well, fair enough. I'll do that now.
Okay, I just wanted to
This
give you a
is-
heads up, Rexy.
This is so odd.
That's unfortunate.
It is what it is, though. I
You got
thought I got a
this.
very strange RNG goal, but it's something.
You got this, Rexy.
Maybe we'll recruit that bug Pokemon again. Hopefully.
You got
Maybe, but I would.
Alright,
Alright, cool.
and then I will... go ahead and put that back up for you.
And thank you.
Proasek, very near is basically at Azelf here.
Yep, just kind of
I
doing
think
a
they're
stare
trying
down.
to figure out if Azelf is a guarantee recruit or not.
Yes, I'd say that would be a good thing to look up because that would determine whether they use the save state or not.
Right.
But yeah, I think we'll finally be seeing the end of this mission very soon, and Azelf shouldn't be too difficult to take down here. Alright, so hopefully Rexy remembers that they already went all the way around the right side and could not find the client, but it looks like they are still trying right again. So it must, like, it actually has to be in the room to the left. I don't think it can be anywhere else.
Yeah, they should be turning around.
So they will be going all the way around to the Keck shop again. Hopefully this time they don't try to steal, because
I did clarify, their confusion wasn't actually hitting the partner. Their confusion was more about how they just took so much damage. To which I said, oh, Kecleon hit you like a truck.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think
Kecleon
they
is-
realized that Kecleon was the one who was killing them.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, they're slowly taking down Azelf.
Yeah, it should be going down very soon. And there we go. That is that taken down. They're going to get Azelf, and they will have their 4 legendaries.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, looking a bit scary on Rexy's end, but as long as the Snubble lives, that's the main thing that matters.
Rexy's just going
Yeah, just
around
fully
the shop.
avoiding.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
And
That's cool.
there it is. Okay. They just need to talk to them. Oh, they don't know how to Y-turn, though.
They got it. They got it.
No,
But
they don't
Snubble's
because
not
Snubble's
around?
too far.
What?
Yeah, because So you
Oh,
have to be in the
come
same room.
on.
And the problem is Snubble was still in the hallway. So they need to bring Snubble all the way
Oh my
in
goodness.
order to actually do this.
Alright, wait. There we go.
Okay, it should work from here. Okay,
There we
there
go.
we go. All right, the mission is
Yay!
complete. We are done with Mystifying Forest. I really hope they do not come back here.
Ugh. Please don't do anything harder, Rexy. Please. Ugh. A racket band. It's not an item you see often.
Yeah, that is a pretty rare one. The one interesting thing is that did get them a lot of rank points.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe gold rank is a possibility,
I doubt it.
though I don't quite remember how much it needs.
Oh, we're
I don't know
getting
if it's worth it
Manaphy.
in here.
Rexy's getting
Oh.
Manaphy. That's a legendary.
That is a legendary for free. Very nice.
Alright. Rexy's just like, oh, free Manaphy? Cool.
So they should be at 3, right?
Zapdos, Yuxi, Manaphy. Yeah, I think they're at 3.
Yeah, that should be it.
So they just need one more.
I mean, that 4th one could be Cresselia.
Could be. Oh, boy. So, Proasek's in Waterfall Cave. I didn't see if they had a mission here or if they're just trying to get water Pokemon.
Yeah, it could be for the 5 different water Pokemon.
Rexy has the boxes. Does
Nice.
Rexy have the orbs? Looks like not yet.
Yeah, or maybe didn't check. I'm not quite sure.
Hmm.
Although they did take quite a few deaths, so it's possible that their items are a little bit lower than what they would normally be at.
Yeah. Go for an easier dungeon. Crystal Cave. There you go. Perfect.
Yeah,
Rexy.
okay. Going for Crystal Cave. Makes sense.
Alright. The only thing that slightly concerns me about Rexy being in Crystal Cave is there are rock types and you are a flying electric type.
Yeah, I think it'll be okay, though. Like,
Yeah, it should.
just the fact that we're so over-leveled here
Yeah.
makes it feel a little bit better. Though, yeah, Rock Blast is obviously always a scary move, in general.
Mm-hmm. Alright. What's tricky for Proasek is I don't really know what easy goals they have left. Like, they have 5 different water Pokemon in Assembly, but after that, things can be a little tricky.
Yeah, like looking at the rest of these, I mean, Recruit Cresselia, if they can figure out how to do that, is not too bad. If they get lucky with a Revisor Seed, that is also a possibility.
I don't think
But
you can
that
find one
more-
in Waterfall Cave, though.
Yeah, I don't
You'd have to
think
get
so.
lucky with finding one somewhere else.
Mhm.
I don't even know, how do you
Um,
even faint from Splash? Does Splash deal 1 damage?
It deal well. Oh, actually, I can't quite remember how it is in this game. In Blue Rescue Team, it's 5 damage when you hit an enemy.
Really?
Yep. So you can certainly die by it pretty easily. You just get yourself to
Have you-
really low HP and then do that.
Have you used Splash to clear Purity Forest yet?
As in Magikarp.
Is Magikarp the only thing that has Splash? I thought Hoppip did too.
Let's see. I mean, what have I actually tried that has it? Because I've done Jump Fluff. I can't remember if I've done Hoppip.
Oh, okay. Alright. Alright. Rexy is behind, but certainly in a position where they can catch up.
Yeah. Like, all of these goals are very accomplishable, but Proasek being at this much of a head start means they can actually work on some of these more niche goals.
The issue for Proasek, though, is not having a helper means they have to look everything up themselves.
Yeah, that is true. See,
I
like,
think this will
what?
end up actually being really close. So.
Yeah, I can see that happening, because beyond the, like, because I think they'll both get, like, 5 different water Pokemon.
Yeah.
5 Plain Seeds could be one where one might get it and not the other, because it because you actually have to get plain seeds, and there's only certain seeds that can even actually do that. Like reviver seeds are usually the most common way to be getting plain seeds, but otherwise, I'm trying to think like what else would actually give them, because it has to be a seed that can be used up but not eaten.
Isn't there a way you can use Spinda's Cafe to get plain seeds or something?
Maybe, but I can't imagine that they're going to be doing that in
No, I
this.
agree, but I was just more thinking like in general if there were options, what options they had. I agree.
Yeah.
I don't see either of them really going into Spinda's Cafe for any reason.
You know what could ironically get you plain seeds? Is dying to Keck actually, right? At
Oh
least
my
in
goodness! Doesn't that
BRT.
replace like all your seeds with plain seeds?
Yeah, like you lose all your items and then you're left with like a couple plain seeds. So that might actually be something.
Huh.
I wish I don't actually maybe I will check the um the VOD again just to see if they actually had plain seeds from that from
That would
the
be
Keck shop
such
death.
a that'd be such a niche, like weird move to make. Be like, alright, I'm gonna purposefully rob from Keck and die so that I get plain seeds. I mean, that'd be baller. Ooh, Rexy getting some good stair floors in cave now. Alright. Proasek's nearing the end of Waterfall Cave. I don't think Proasek's really getting much use out of being here, though. I like that both of them are just traveling with a Beldum. Like, it makes no sense for either of them, really, but both of them have a Beldum right now.
Yeah, I have no idea how that ended up happening.
You know, Beldum has Headbutt, I think, or Takedown or something like that, and that's about
Yeah,
it.
takedown. Is that one move. Okay, I pulled up the Keck.
Beldum emotional support. What TM is that? Wide slash TM. Interesting. Alright. Well, I'm gonna go ahead. We can at least get, once Rex is done with Crystal Cave here, we can pull Rexy in them again and see how they're feeling.
Sounds good.
Because I think they're on the last floor of Cave. At the very, or I don't remember how many Cave has. Cave is close to done. They lost a Cranidos friend. They must have lost their Beldum at some point too, because it's just them and Flygon now. I like how Flygon just became their new partner instead of Dugong. Rexy, you need to eat food. I mean, yeah, your best bet is probably the seeds. Swagger. Oh no. Just what you need. Oh,
Yeah, they
don't
never
attack Flygon.
Oof. They never actually checked their inventory after dying to Keck, so I think they may have had the plain seeds, but just didn't realize it.
Well, Proasek, I think, made it to the end of Waterfall.
Yeah, they're probably gonna want to try to do those missions as soon as they can, because there's not really too much else that can get done here.
Rexy,
Honestly, the Illuminate Blink
Rexy, you
would be
need
quite
to eat a
important.
seed. Oh, there are the stairs.
Okay,
the
they just
last
need to
floor?
survive this
How
one
many-
floor.
Is it just this one? Hey, Kecleon's back.
I mean, they
What
got a
is
gummy.
that in the Keck shop? Is that a
The link box?
link
Or
box?
do they, I don't know if they have enough money for that, actually.
Probably not.
They're definitely not going to have enough for the link box, but even the gummy
Well,
might
I
be.
picked it up.
Why?
What are they doing?
Please don't leave the
What are
shop.
you
What
doing?
is going on?
You do not have that money.
Surely they have something they can eat, right?
They have
I mean,
seeds.
technically.
It's not great, but they do have seeds. No, you don't want to give it. You want to go to a blank tile. Nope,
And
nope,
they're dead.
nope.
Last floor. They're trying to fight Keck. That you're about to learn.
Yeah, you're about to learn that's a mistake.
Well, dang, so close to the end of Crystal Cave, but it is the end now.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
The one rule of Mystery Dungeon:
Proasek
don't mess with Keck.
Proasek also had a late game death in Crystal Cave, so.
That is true. So it's just par for the course.
Alright. Well, let's go ahead. Let's talk with Rexy and see how they're feeling after that. Hello.
Hello, Bob.
Rexy, stealing is bad.
Oh, I wanted to see if there was anything edible that the Kecleon was selling.
I got that. You can eat the seeds. They don't give a lot, but
Huh,
it might have
okay.
bought you a little bit of time.
I guess that's something. Maybe I could have used a save step, but I was very unsure as to where I could potentially go for it. Also, why I'm just restricted to just myself and a Sheldon. I really should go back to assembly. I can't believe this.
The shield on carry.
Shieldon carry.
Shieldon's
yeah.
about to carry so hard. You see how Shieldon took down that Pokemon?
You bet. This is turning into something, I'm sure.
Oh, both you and Proasek have been having a kind of roughish time, so.
Yeah, including in Crystal Cave. So you're not alone in that regard.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
But if Proasek persevered, I'm sure you can too. Crystal Cave is definitely much easier than the forest you were in earlier, so.
I got the idea from that one for sure. Except, as soon as I ended up going in, I immediately ended up with some Pokemon being back in assembly and I had to keep on getting them back out again. Let me also check. Hang on, does Manaphy count as a legendary?
Yes.
Yes.
Good to know. Because I remember that prompt popping up and I was like, okay, that's fun.
Yep. Complete 3 missions, you get a free Manaphy.
Cool.
So yep, you were only 1 legendary away.
Oh yeah, because I already have Zapdos.
Yep.
Nice.
Alright. So do you have a plan after Crystal Cave?
I was like thinking going to be Crystal Cave and Landslide Cave because I feel like I've had enough with the missions and I think the Outlaw missions are going to get even harder still.
You are
And I'd be
not
so happy.
wrong.
I would be so happy if I'm able to at least find one more water Pokemon from anywhere at all. What did it say again, Crystal? Which is... Oh, this over here. And I still would have thought by now if I would have found at least one more Pokemon that can learn Rain Dance or whatever else it was. Oh, there's a fruit here. That's good. Oh, it's a cherry berry. Does that count as filling a berry, even though I may not get paralyzed with it?
Say that again?
So I found the cherry berry on the floor. Is
Yeah.
it fine to restore belly even though I don't get paralyzed from
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Good.
It doesn't restore a lot of belly, but it can help in a pinch.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
to
very
be
good
honest.
to know.
Cherry berry is really only useful for restoring a little bit of belly. Like,
Yeah.
the paralysis stuff almost never comes up, and paralysis just heals almost instantly in this game.
Not to mention that most of the time, if you do need to heal a status, you have a heal seed probably. So.
Mhm.
All right.
So I feel like the only game plan that I have is just hoping that item loot would end up being what it has to be, and then I'm also end up looking at things like the plain seeds and the like. Does it sound like the seeds that were in the vanilla dungeons are not in random places with this randomizer?
Oh, plain seed is an actual item. One way that you usually get them is whenever you use up a reviver seed, they turn into plain seeds.
Yeah.
There are other ways to get them though, so that I will leave it for you guys to figure it out.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. You're doing solid work then.
Pretty much the best that I could do at this point. But I do not want to deal with any more shenanigans in a tougher mission at any point. Whatever
Yeah.
it was.
Nah, as soon as we saw you entering Mystifying Forest, we were like, uh-oh.
Oh, rip. Did we seriously end up with the equivalent of have you heard of a manga SpongeBob?
It wasn't nearly as bad as that from last week. I went back and watched that match that I was in. Oh, jeez. For reference, the match we did last week, someone was stuck on the same part for like an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
Very on
it
brand.
was rough. But no. What do you think Proasek's up to? You think there's a goal that they're going for?
Probably attempting the missions right now,
Alright.
but I'm now thinking of whether the mission RNG is more in good fortune at that point.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a very RNG heavy game, so it's hard to say. I will say I've seen both of you get good RNG. I've seen both of you get trolled by RNG, so...
And then I also had to think about terrain effects as well and making sure that whatever I do has to just work for the benefit of the team, so...
Oh yeah, no, there's
like both sides.
there's a lot of things you gotta keep track of when you play this game.
They were messed up by water so many times.
Well,
Yeah, one of the downsides of that.
well, most of your team can just go in the water, at least.
Yeah, the Gastrodon is just cruising.
Gastrodon can cruise, Dugong can go in the water. It's just the Shieldon right now that can't go in.
Yeah. May need to end up swapping out the Shieldon for Flygon for the next time I end up going into another dungeon. To make it easier on things like this.
Not a bad idea.
Why am I thinking of boxes? I've already got the box goal.
And you put boxes in the storage, right?
I had been doing so, yeah, and I
Okay.
made sure to check them.
I was like, please put that stuff in the storage.
I've been using Kangaskhan storage at the earliest opportunity,
Good.
knowing that anything could go wrong.
Good.
Yeah, I can
This game's like
confirm Rexy was doing that.
Alright. Well, I'll let you get going. You guys have about an hour and 5 minutes left.
Got it. Thanks, Rob.
And we'll see you around. Alright.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see how this last hour ends up going, because I can't imagine that there's going to be too many like new goals getting marked off here, compared to like what's already been done.
Well, I think Rexy's in a better position to get things marked off than Proasek, but
Yeah,
it's
I
going to be a
think
lot of marking off things that Proasek already has done.
honestly, the completed total of 3 missions from the left board, like that could actually matter quite a bit now, because I has Proasek actually done any missions?
I don't think so.
Because yeah, that could affect things quite a bit. Like that is one that does take some time, but is compared to a lot of these other ones, it's definitely
The thing
better.
is I think that Proasek counters that with getting that one-shot orb.
That is true. Yeah, that probably is going to keep them ahead just in that regard.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you noticed this, but while Rexy was here, Proasek picked up a reviser seed.
Oh, did
So
they
if they
really?
death, that will actually trigger that animation. So
Oh,
yeah, they
wow.
should have that in their inventory still. Yeah, I just saw it again. So that'll be pretty interesting to see. But yeah, I mean they have to know that they have to take a death at some point. But depending on what dungeons they try to tackle, that could happen.
Alright.
Actually, funny enough, they have a reviver seed and a reviser.
Yep. Also, funny enough, they just ate an apple 3 feet away from the stairs on the last floor. What are they? What
Yeah,
are
I
they
mean, I
doing?
guess
Alright, I want to pull Proasek in here, and I got questions I need answers to.
probably the going for the water recruit, right?
I'm guessing? I also want to know about how Google AI messed them up earlier.
Oh yeah, I'm curious
Alright,
about that.
let's
I don't know what that's about.
let's see what Proasek has to say. Hello.
Hello.
We have a lot of questions.
Same.
Alright. What is your current goal?
I'm trying to grind out some water types.
Okay. That's what
Makes sense.
we figured, but just wanted to double check. What did Google AI tell you?
It told me that the fastest legendary could be found in somewhere called Sky Tower. There isn't somewhere called Sun Tower.
What?
Alright,
is-
A, Sky Tower is in Blue Rescue Team.
Yes, it is.
B, it is the last dungeon of the game.
Yes, it is.
That's amazing.
Never get an AI to do a proper spreadsheet inspector's job.
That's funny.
It
Alright.
certainly tried.
So we just
Oh, hey, the Sky Gummy. I wonder if there's a legendary. Yes, I want to check my roster just in case I've got some water types I'm forgetting about, but I don't
yeah,
think
how
I do.
many? Do you know what water types you have so far? Because I actually
I think
don't
I'm at 3.
You think you're at 3? Alright, well, let's see. Let's see
Okay,
what our
we've
count
got-
is at. Of course, you named all of your... You named a decent number of them, so...
Oh, that's 1, 2, 3.
Oh wait, was that 2 Whooper though? Or
Sorry, what? No, it's
I just
Surskit
thought-
and Lotad.
I see. Let's see.
Azal's pure psychic, despite being bright blue. Yeah, it's only 3 so far. I reckon I'll
Lotad,
grind somewhere except for
Lotad,
Waterfall.
Surskit, and then...
And Whooper?
Whooper.
That sounds like it's got water types. Brine cave. Brine's a type of water.
I
That it
can
is.
see the thinking there.
It's not as obvious as waterfall cave, but
Nah. What do you think Rexy's up to?
let's see. He's just done probably grinding out the number goals that I've been sitting pretty on at this point.
Okay.
Would be my guess.
Okay. Besides
Have you
getting
had
the
one?
water types, do you have a plan for what you're up to?
Apart from that, my only real plans, I'd like to find a plain seed or evolutionary item, but that's pure RNG. Maybe try for confusion, but that's... Ugh.
Okay.
2 different Pokemon with weather-inducing moves or abilities. I have seen weather. In fact, I've got a Gibble, which might have weather, so I might go for that, actually.
Okay.
Sounds like it might be a plan.
Alright then.
Oh, this is a much later area than I thought it was.
What, Brian
To
Cave?
take it slightly more seriously.
Alright. Well, you have about 58 minutes left.
Okay.
You have a decent lead, but anything can happen at any moment.
Yep. Oh, I hit an ally. That's not what I want. Oh, I hit nothing. That's not what I want.
And you still
Oh, I
have
hit
all of
nothing.
your save states you can still use, so keep that in mind.
I do, that's true. Honestly, actually, I'm going to use my first one now. Why not?
Okay.
Uh, save state 1. And then I'm just going to grind out this. Yeah. Nope. Nope. No. It's almost like the RNG sees the same thing. Oh my god, is this game incredibly consistent RNG-wise if you have the same bloody movements? Dang.
This game is very much seed based in how all of the actions are determined.
Yes.
Yeah.
However, there are ways you can use that to your advantage.
True.
Well, I'll let you get to it, Proasek.
Cool.
Good luck with continuing on. So, I don't think Proasek realizes they have a reviser seed.
I don't think so, but it could come up. Okay, so they use the
Yeah.
reviver.
Well,
Surely they reload the state, right? Yeah. Because they're gonna try and recruit the Scashadon. The only thing that's interesting is they are purposely taking out the Beldum. But
oh boy.
yeah,
Alright.
they're just trying everything to get this thing recruited.
Yeah, it's an interesting decision. I don't know if this is the best use of going for the save state, but you know it works, I guess.
I honestly, I don't hate the play. I think it's more an issue that they're confused when they did it. It would have been better to wait until the confusion had worn off. And there is Crystal Cave done.
Yay!
So now they both have it completed. Now the question is, are they going to go through Crystal Crossing, or are they just going to skip it?
Oh, look
And
at
no, they
that.
are going through Crystal Crossing.
Alright, so they might potentially grab Azelf as well.
And then they'll both have that 4 legendary Pokemon. That'll be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is fairly even because I'm sure, like especially this place has tons of different orbs, so they'll have 10 different types of orbs after this.
So if they get the orbs, they get the legendary, then they're only going to be 1 goal behind.
And like Landslide Cave is not too bad. I'm sure they'll notice that that is something that Proasek has completed and Rexy is not. So
Yeah, that'll be something
Probably
that
go for
Rexy
that.
goes for to try to catch up. So
And
yeah,
then
I
it's
think
yeah,
this is really going to be like anyone's game here.
it is gonna come down to some very. It's gonna just be very close. It's gonna come down to the niche goals here.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think that Revisor Seed, if that ends up coming into play, that will be really good.
As long as Proasek realizes what they have.
And then, of course, if they can actually recruit the Gastrodon, that'd be great.
Yeah, that would help. We have a Bagon on Rexy's side. Oh, and Bagon is gone. Alright. Rexy's gonna keep advancing. Proasek is just...
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a lot
another
of
Gastrodon, Proasek.
I wonder if they realize that like Pokemon cannot be recruited from your allies, but I guess maybe they just wanted to get out of that because it was just not working.
Yeah. Rexy was almost doing a speedrun strat there. They almost had Gastrodon fighting off screen. But I don't think that would have actually worked because of their settings. Alright. We saw Proasek do Crystal Crossing earlier. I'm trying to remember how many floors it was. I think it was like 8. Oh, Tangle is leveling up. Why not?
The speedy level up text.
Proasek.
It's kind of funny that this table is here because it is not really prepared for the dangers of this dungeon.
Tangela? Yeah.
Yep.
This is not a spot you would take a Tangela.
Alright, here is the Gastrodon again.
I mean,
Let's
it's not
see
really a
if...
spot I would take Beldum either, but...
Yeah, true. Feldum. Oh, there's the Gastrodon recruited, which means they now have a Pokemon with Rain Dance. So they both have the same weather-inducing Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. And they both got it from the same dungeon, too.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
kind of
we
funny
said
that they
Tangela.
both went to Brine Cave.
I know. There was no specific goal for Brian Cave, but both of them just went there.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of an interesting coincidence. I was actually thinking about the weather, and I think I realized what I think the next easiest would be. And honestly, I think it would be going to the desert and grabbing a sandstorm Pokemon.
Yeah, that could very well be the case. Get like a Hippopotas or something.
Yeah, like a Hippopotas or a Powdon is exactly what I was thinking. Ooh, I wonder what glasses those are in the Keck shop. I don't think Rexy's gonna find out, because I think Rexy is developed
Scared of the
PTSD
shop.
from Kecleon, but...
Yeah, I want to say those are Insomnoscope, maybe? I think that's the coloring in this game.
I don't know the glasses well enough to know which one's which just off the color.
It has been a while since I've looked at the Explorer's glasses types.
Yeah.
It's certainly a lot harder to tell in BRT because it's just the one color. I wonder if this Pelipper actually has a like Rain Dance or something.
We're
We're probably not gonna find out though. I think it's gonna die. Yeah.
it might.
feel like it's possible.
Yeah. I mean, at the very least, it's another water type to recruit. Speaking of water types to recruit, Rexy has a Floatzel on screen. But,
Yeah, that could be the one that they get. Okay, never mind.
Nope.
Dugong
Dugong
said
said, nope, don't want you. Bye-bye. Another orb for Rexy. Switcher orb is one that's a little more unique. I wouldn't say rare, but certainly a less common one. So that'll be good for their 10 unique orbs.
Oh, is this Gastrodon gonna get taken out? It's pretty low.
Yeah.
And there it goes. Oh!
Oh, the revisers.
Revisor! We got the Revisor! Revisor seed!
Well,
Yes, we get to see it.
Here's the thing, though, okay?
Uh-huh.
Did they faint from it?
So yeah, how do we define faint from Revisor seed? Because that actually is really important here. What?
Proasek is so confused as to what just happened.
I mean, honestly, I would say it was used up from the player's inventory. So, like, I would say it counts.
One of their Pokemon fainted from a Revisor seed. I would say it counts if they mark it. Because that's the thing. If they don't mark it, it don't count. They gotta know what they're doing.
I see. Okay, so we can't mention it then.
Nope.
Alright. Yeah, they almost certainly had no idea what even happened with that. And yeah, that's very unfortunate because that is the game right there.
The text was there. It said what happened.
It did. Yeah.
Whether they were reading the text and know that it was a goal. Proasek loses to that. Rexy's getting towards the end here.
Yeah, only, what, 3 floors left? Should be getting there very soon. Okay, and that is 5 water types. So I was wondering what their numbering system was there for. And it was to actually mark which Pokemon, or like which water type Pokemon they had. So there we go. That is another goal done. Yeah, I mean if they end up marking the Revisor Seed thing, then I'm pretty sure they just win. Like I don't know how.
It would definitely be really hard for Rexy to catch up at that point.
Yeah.
I think honestly at this point it might be hard for Rexy to catch up anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, maybe Rexy gets good RNG.
I mean, they have the Illumise, right? So, like,
yeah,
make a Pokemon with Illuminate Blink, that is a possibility.
that could happen.
The 5 Plane Seeds is also possible, though pretty
Proasek
unlikely.
could eat an Oranberry.
That true, yeah. Recruit Cresselia. I mean, they do have a helper, so if they can figure out how to get Cresselia here.
I think all Rexy
That would be
has to do
pretty
to recruit Cresselia is literally talk to Cresselia at this point.
I believe so, yeah. So it is, that could just suddenly put them right there.
Yeah. Well, at the very least,
Yeah, I mean-
Rexy's going to be getting Azelf here very shortly.
That will give them another boost here.
Oh. Okay, grabbing the orb first. Smart. You do want those orbs. Oh, your belly's empty. Just leave the floor. Just leave the floor. Go. Just go. Just go. The
Well,
stairs are right
They're
there.
probably gonna eat.
They have an apple.
Yeah, I see they have some gummies too, so they'll eat something.
I mean, I think they're on the last floor, so and the stairs are right there.
Looks like they want to explore.
Too late.
Yeah, one nice thing about this game is
crabby.
too late. Yeah, one nice thing about this game is when you do enter a boss room, all of your health and moves get reset. So, even though they may be running out of moves right now, as soon as they enter the Azelf room, they'll have it all back. So, you can just spam the moves as much as they want right now.
Same with the hunger stat as well. That gets reset.
Exactly. Yeah, so the apple wouldn't have mattered if they just, entered the stairs. I wonder if they'll step on the empty tile. I guess not. Would have been funny if they suddenly got warped away.
Yeah. Like how everyone in their squad can go in the water except for Entei. And then for Rexy, it's everyone but shield on. Yesterday, I was talking with friends, and they posed an interesting question. And we settled on an answer, and I'm curious your thoughts. You ready?
Alright.
If all the dog Pokemon and all the cat Pokemon fought, who would win? Because I think we have a good answer, but it's not a conventional answer.
Oh boy. Does it involve, like, some Pokemon that could be considered, like, either potentially a dog or cat, or neither?
Maybe.
I see. Yeah, that would definitely make it tricky.
Our answer literally was, depends on what Entei, Raikou, and Suicune are.
Yeah. Yeah, the beasts are a tough call, because, like, I guess if you gave... actually, yeah, you could really give Entei and Raikou... Well, you could give Entei either way. Raikou, like, cat or not cat.
It's not an easy answer. I know people like to say the dogs, but... Rexy just made a second save state of the Azelf.
Oh, probably didn't look up whether
Yeah.
it was a guaranteed recruit. I guess it doesn't matter too much at this point, because we're already getting close to the end, so they may not even use all the save states at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, that will do it. So they both have 4 different legendary Pokemon, and hopefully they have the orbs as well. And then the sooner they get to the water types, the better.
I want to know how many water types they have. I want to know how many orbs they have, because I think they're close on both.
Yeah. Oh, they have 5 Plain Seeds.
Oh, they do? Ooh.
That is huge. Wait, where did they get all those Plain Seeds? I didn't even see.
I knew they had some, but I didn't realize it was 5.
Huh. Yeah, I mean,
Rexy is
they've
back
got it.
in this. Oh my god.
Yeah. That is pretty clutch. They should check their orbs too, because they should almost certainly have enough at this point.
I mean, so they just stored a Slumber Orb. There's a Decoy Orb. That's a Luminous Orb. Switcher,
surely they have enough.
Fear, Blowback, Roll Call. That's 7. And then whatever they already have in storage. Spurn, Transfer... Oh, jeez. Spurn, Radar, Stairs... Yeah, I think they got it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got it. I mean, I wish they would sort, because that would make it so much easier, but they've most likely got 10.
I think they do. Spurn, Transfer, Roll Call. If they go to another page. Another Roll Call. Radar. Okay, Stairs is 5.
Yep.
Decoy, Slumber, Luminous, Switcher. Those are all new. So that's 9.
Yes, that's 9.
And then Faux Fear,
Faux Fear,
Blowback.
that's it.
That's 11.
Yep.
Yeah, they're good.
So cool.
Proasek
Alright,
has
so-
to be nervous now.
Yeah,
'Cause
now
that
it's
was
just one
quite a
away.
bit.
And
And it
like
might not
5
even
different
be
water
one
types.
away. How many water types do they have?
True, we don't even know. They could be
Oh.
close, or they could not be. And of course, you know,
Ooh, and that's what
Recruit
they're looking as the
Cresselia and
water
Ice type.
types. They're like Drenched Bluff, Drenched water types. Let's go.
Mm.
Because that's the only reason I can think of to go to Drenched Bluff. You know what else
Yeah.
is here at Drenched Bluff, though? I think... Wait, I might be wrong. Shellos? Does
Shellos
Shellos have rain
is
dance?
Shellos is in here. I can't remember if it actually has rain dance.
Anorith, isn't Anorith the water? Is Anorith water bug or rock bug? I don't remember.
Although, wait a minute, is shoot? Actually, no. Maybe it is fine.
What?
Was Drench Bluff one of those weird locations where you couldn't recruit things?
No, it's just Beach Cave.
It's just Beach Cave. Okay, that's good.
Drenched Bluff, you can't recruit things until after you do Waterfall Cave in the story.
Okay.
But you can come back here and recruit things.
Sandstorm. Wait. What the? Gible actually has Sandstorm.
Oh,
So that's 2 weather moves.
yeah, Proasek has it.
Awesome. Okay. Well, that is huge as well, because being able to get any other weather moves right now is pretty big. That could be a goal that
Yeah.
determines this.
Gibble having Sandstorm. Nice. Proasek running to the restroom.
Fair enough.
Hopefully that does not ruin their chances. Is Anorith rock bug or water bug? I forgot. Or
Rock
bug.
rock bug, I want to say.
Oh. Ugh.
It's definitely
I
rock.
get older and older and I lose all my Pokemon knowledge. It's a tragedy. I'm Googling it real quick. Anorith is rock bug. Shellos is a water type though, so if you got Shellos, that'll help.
Yeah, Shells is.
Come on, Rexy, you gotta get moving though.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be pretty close.
Yeah.
Like, once the 5 water types happen, presumably Landslide Cave will happen, and then they're even.
It is
Which is kind of crazy.
It's crazy that both of them essentially can mark off a goal right now and they don't realize it. Because Proasek did the reviser seed. Rexy can talk to Cresselia, he's right there.
Yep. Both of them are just, like, barely missing something.
Rexy, go to the left! No!
It's so funny because it's been on their screen so many times.
It's just
Yeah,
like
they tried it.
just barely off screen.
Yeah, it's probably super confusing seeing a goal that's like, why would you want to go out of your way to recruit Cresselia? That seems weird. It's like, oh.
Well, it's like, oh, it's a legendary. It's probably not going to be easy.
Yeah, so they probably wrote it off immediately and just didn't think about it.
But still,
Like,
I
honestly-
can see Rexy being like, oh, that's their last water.
Nice.
Okay. I could see
Okay,
Rexy
so-
being like, oh, Manaphy. Oh, Manaphy was also a water, too. That's interesting.
Man, if he was a water. Yeah.
But I can see them being like, well, Manaphy was just given to me. Maybe Cresselia can just be given to me. Ugh.
So, yeah, I mean, at this point, gold rank is definitely not happening.
No, I didn't think
Um,
Gold Rank was going to happen.
Silk isn't happening. Hallelujah, the dungeons are going to be too long for them to deal with that. I don't think they're going to know how to get over the max bellies, or I guess above the current belly size.
Proasek
Outlaw's
going
not
to
happening.
Horn?
Mount Horn.
Okay,
For
nope,
what?
they're changing their mind. I was like, why would you go to Mount Horn? They're going to back to Landslide? Now I'm really confused.
Huh. Okay, yeah, I don't know why.
What would they be doing in Landslide Cave? I don't have a clue. Not even a guess. Not even a guess. What? No. No.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even know what goal they're going to be going for next. Because like the most obvious goal
Oh,
at the
I
moment is probably to do the
wonder.
3 missions, but like they're not even doing missions at this point.
I wonder.
I don't really see anything else they can realistically get to easily without completing the missions.
Nope. I was wondering if Bulbapedia said that there were evolution items in Landslide Cave.
Hmm.
I don't think there's an Illuminate Pokemon in Landslide. There's not a... I don't think you can get the Silk here. I don't remember where you get the Silks, but I think they're like Zero Isle stuff.
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't have a single clue as to what Proasek's goal is here.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of crazy, but like I think it's actually Rexy's race to lose at this point.
I don't know if
It
I'd
did
go
not
that
seem that way
far.
for a while.
I think I would say that it's about 50-50 on who wins.
It is very close, yeah.
Because I mean, if Proasek reads the first goal and thinks back to what happens, like
Yeah, they can mark it. They can very well mark it. So that would change everything. But I
yeah,
don't think they're gonna go back and do it unless like somebody tells them.
no. Rexy, I would stop being in Drenched Bluff. You're not going to get any other Pokemon that are going to be useful for you.
Yeah, they pretty much just need to get out of here because I think it was really just for the water type recruit, and now that that's done,
Yeah,
they
you
probably
just-
need to get out, do Landslide Cave maybe.
That's probably smart, especially if they find Gibble there,
Yeah, that would be huge.
because then that would be their second. But yeah, otherwise I'm not really sure what Rexy's going for right now. Alright. Rexy's out of Drenched Bluff by... I'm not sure if they are going to go for Landslide or what. That's what they should do, is go for Landslide right now. We're taking boxes out?
Huh. I mean, hopefully that doesn't mess up their box goal. I don't think it will, but
Well,
it's
it
interesting.
depends on... They might just be grabbing duplicates to open them, to see if they can just get lucky with something.
Hmm.
I mean, odds are very unlikely you get anything useful here. But, I suppose...
Hunger Seed, yeah.
I mean, what are you hoping for here? An evolution item or a silk, maybe? Didn't think we'd be seeing people open up the boxes, but okay.
Yeah, was not expecting that. Got water pulse.
It'd be interesting if they got like a Sandstorm TM.
That would be crazy. And yeah, now they just have a bunch of the Krogunk items. But yeah, I'm curious to see what
Are they?
goals each of them are going for now.
I think Rexy's trying to trade to get Silk with Krogunk. Oh no, maybe they're just
Oh,
going to
no.
Chewbacca Assembly. I don't think they've realized that they can use the bell. Alright, we're chucking moves. Oh, nope, I guess we were just checking the one move. Landslide Cave Rexy. Landslide Cave Rexy. Yes!
Yep, there we go. Okay. Yeah, this is the reasonable play here. So they're both in the same dungeon, but
But the difference is that it makes sense why Rexy is here.
yeah. I guess we'll just see what ends up happening.
Yeah, because... I just can't think of why Proasek is here. I like that they're just recruiting anything that they find. Like, there's no benefit to recruiting Dustox, but sure, we have a Dustox now. Why not? Felt like it. Less than half an hour now to go.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, at this rate, they're gonna be like tied, actually. So it'll come down to whoever marks the next thing after that. Because yeah, Landslide Cave is not too long, so that should be completed within the next like 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And then yeah, it'll just be a matter of what final goal can each of them do.
I mean, what Rexy needs is to realize that Gibble is Sandstorm.
Yes, if they can recruit a Gibble, and then like honestly, if a Gibble will just use Sandstorm, that would be a huge advantage for them, because then they'll probably focus all of their efforts into recruiting that.
As long as they read that that's how the Sandstorm came about. Both defeating Wormadam. Alright. Proasek on 7F. Rexy on 4. Landslide, I think we determined was 13 floors. Alright, good stair floors. There's a Gibble. Oh! Rexy has a Gibble.
Okay. Yeah, so does it have Sandstorm? I think it should. It's just a matter of will it get checked here?
I wonder if it'll just use it.
That would be very funny. Yeah, they may just keep it in the party, get rid of Dustox maybe.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Yep.
Oh, it doesn't.
Oh, what? It only has
It
3.
must be
Oh, shoot.
just low level.
They may not actually recruit another one now.
Oh no.
Yeah, maybe it's a later floor that has
Oh,
it.
wow.
That is a huge loss there.
Silver one's a little rough. Oh, there goes another Gibble. And a Shuckle. Oh, Shuckle putting up that safeguard. Oh, Shuckle getting one shot anyway. So, Proasek is staying on the floor. Because they... So, what...
Yeah, it's interesting because like Rexy's kind of entered this dungeon a lot later and is already past them. So I don't know. I really don't know
They both
what
just got
goal
to
they're
9
doing.
after the same time. Like,
Yeah, it's
I'm
crazy.
baffled as to... as to what Proasek's trying to do. I'm so confused.
Yeah, I do not have an answer, unfortunately. I'm not sure what goal they're actually trying to go for right now. They had all this this advantage, and it's kind of slipping away here.
I wonder if Rexy... Ghibli used Sandstorm and just said it.
Okay. I mean, surely you try to take this thing down, right?
Dugong took it out there.
Ah.
But their Gibble just learned Sandstorm.
It
Their
learned
Gibble
it
just
from
leveled up
that.
and learned Sandstorm.
Okay,
Oh my
Rexy
god.
is
And Rexy
tied,
just
but like,
and Rexy marked off the Oranberry goal so that they have the leads. Someone sub.
okay,
I think
Yeah, I mean, at this
just
point-
mark that now.
yeah, they should probably both have that marked.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as soon as Landslide Cave gets completed here, that might just be it.
Although Rexy's in a monster house here, that's a really not great
Yeah.
position for Rexy at the moment.
That is gonna slow things down considerably. Yeah, their Pokemon should be strong enough to where I don't think it will matter too much. But yeah, it is gonna slow things down.
Yeah, well, they have 20 minutes, so it won't slow
Yeah.
things down that much.
Exactly. Yo, what? I really don't know what's happening here
Yeah.
on Proasek and
Yeah.
like yeah, I mean they must be trying to go for some item, I guess, because nothing else here would make sense.
Yeah, I wonder if Google's telling them something that's wrong, because unfortunately,
case.
there's a lot of misinformation about this game online.
Mm.
So, I checked Bulbapedia though, and there's no information that Bulbapedia is giving that would lead them here. Or lead them back here at least, so I don't know. Oh, that's funny. They hit the Venom off and revealed the warp trap.
They don't feel like warping though.
Nah. And they made the right call because they found the stairs. Looks like Rexy did make it past that monster house. This was quite the comeback over the course of this for Rexy.
Yeah,
Being
for sure.
down like 5 goals at one point, and now in the lead.
Yeah, quite the big swing here. She's hitting the explosion trap twice as well. Hopefully after all this they don't take a death too. That'd be pretty annoying.
That would be bad for Rexy if they took a death at this point. I think they would still have enough time to go back and finish Landslide, but...
Oh, I meant on Proasek's end.
Oh, Proasek? Well...
Yeah, they hit 2 explosion traps, so they went down pretty low.
I mean, Proasek dying might actually steer them away from what they're doing right now.
That's true.
I can't wait to hear what is going on in Proasek's mind because I'm lost.
Yeah. I am definitely curious.
I was gonna say, are we gonna see Proasek try to steal from Cuck? That would not be advised.
I mean, if they get the plane seeds, though.
I guess.
Like, the plane seed goal does matter quite a bit right now.
I don't know if it matters that much, but I mean, it certainly helps.
Yeah, I mean, it would at least put them tied, right? Yeah, I think it would put them tied if they get the 5 plane seeds.
Well, it's a weird situation because Proasek could mark off the may not eat orange berries. As far as I'm aware, they haven't eaten any. They could mark off the reviser seeds. Technically, Proasek could be in the lead right now. Like,
yes, that is true.
like
Actually, yeah,
this is such a weird position to be in.
They are technically supposed to be in the lead, but they have not marked 2 of the goals they have completed. So, I don't know.
I don't either.
Yeah, all we can do is wait at this point. Only 17 minutes.
Yeah. Rex's
This Venomoth is actually starting to be kind of annoying.
So, Whom, you have experience with Silverwind Venomoths, right?
Yeah. Very much do.
What are your thoughts on them?
Evil. Just pure evil. Especially when they get the boost.
Especially on floor 80-something?
Oh my god, this is kind of getting pretty dangerous here.
For who?
For Rexy, just because this Venomoth is just being allowed as many, like, just infinite Silverwinds right now.
Well, the Gibble's getting hits in.
Or was.
No, it did. There we go.
Oh, wow. It actually just hit through confusion. Nice. Okay,
Oh! I just realized what Proasek's doing.
The deluxe boxes?
The deluxe boxes are reviver seeds that they can become plain seeds.
Oh. Okay.
That's what they're going for, I think.
Although they only picked up, like, 1.
Maybe they only needed 1.
Yeah, true. That could be the case where they just already have most of the plain seeds. Because yeah, that could do it. Is
that what they were going for?
Although, why were they checking throughout the floors?
To maybe find an earlier reviver seed.
Maybe. I don't even know. Do they spawn in that dungeon?
Oh, they also had a Magmarizer mission.
They didn't take... That explains so much.
That explains a lot, actually. Wait a minute. Find Magmarizer.
Wait, would that actually count As one evolutionary item?
You wouldn't keep it, so no.
Yeah, that's the problem. They may not know. Huh. Because,
Oh, jeez.
like, there is technically a way to put it in your inventory before getting taken out, but, like, you would have
Oh,
to
and they're
not
going back
do
in without
anything.
starting the mission again.
Oh my god.
I think
Okay,
that
so they just don't know how to do missions whatsoever. That's the problem.
No. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, then that is just gonna ruin them for sure. So I don't think it was the deluxe boxes.
No, I think yeah, I think it was the mission.
That is an unfortunate way to lose out on this because they were doing super well, but then yeah, they tunnel visioned incredibly hard on this landslide mission and just didn't know how to equip it.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things where if Proasek had a helper, it would have helped.
Yeah, like at least somebody who had a
Rexy's looking at missions again for some reason.
maybe looking for an item reward similar to what Proasek's doing.
Reward protein plus question, 550p plus question. They're taking a marine resort mission.
Huh. I wonder why. Because yeah, the only reason for doing this would maybe be to go for gold rank, but I don't think there's enough time. Like they've only got 14 minutes. Like at best.
I mean,
Honestly, I don't know if there's really anything Rexy can get finished now. Like other than Illuminate. Illuminate is the one that like could actually be done.
and Cresselia.
And Cresselia, of course, yeah. Cresselia is the funny one.
Well,
but,
okay, so
yeah.
oh wait, no, that's Red Rescue Team. Hang on.
Oh, what's up?
I'm trying to look this up. All right, so in Sky, according to Bulbapedia, which me and you both know is super reliable for exploring the Sky.
Mm-hmm.
But this information at least sounds about right. It's saying that in order to get gold rank, you need 1,600 points. We know that
Yeah,
they
that's quite a
did one that Mystifying Forest mission got them 600 right there, and they did 2 other missions.
Yeah, I didn't see what the other ones were, but maybe, yeah, maybe it is
I
possible
mean, a
that
marine
they're close
resort
enough.
mission might give. They might be able to get gold rank actually.
What was the floor they needed to get to?
I think it was just 4.
Oh, okay, no. Then maybe. We can at least see how many points it gives. Because it should be counted as a star mission,
Yeah,
so
I think it was like 2
will
or
give
3
more.
star.
Yeah. Which I think is less than the Mystifying, so it should be less than 600. So they may need to do 2 missions in order to do it, but if they're early floors, could be possible.
I think it's. I think it's not a bad idea to go for. I think the better thing would be the illumination, but I think they don't understand exactly how that works.
Yeah.
Which, now that I think about it, is really funny because, and I don't know if you saw this, but when we were setting up, both of them had up their practice files because I sent them a practice ROM.
Oh, yeah.
And Rexy was playing as a lantern.
Probably didn't quite understand how the ability worked.
Maybe. Because I remember seeing it, because in my mind I was like, oh, service fish, that's funny. But that would be relevant here. Alright, maybe it wasn't 4F, maybe it was a different floor. Maybe they also forgot to take the mission, who knows. We're here for the ride. Ugh. I do think at this point it is definitely in favor of Rexy taking the win, though. Because even if Proasek realizes the 2 goals they can mark, Rexy would have the tie advantage. So, and I don't know what else Proasek would be able to do in time.
Yeah, at this point, they're kind
short
of
of
stuck.
like go for a Hail Mary and somehow end up with an evolutionary item. But I mean,
Yeah, I mean, in
those are not
theory,
easy to get.
if we did count the Magmarizer or Magmarizer thing, then it could be a way to just like bounce right up to 14, but like we already know it's a lost cause, so they're kind of out of it at this point, which is unfortunate. Unless, yeah, they'd have to fully abandon this plan and go somewhere else. Like look up where a quick evolutionary item is.
There would be a very interesting, weird edge case scenario, though, where they grab the Magmarizer, they don't leave the dungeon. Technically, as long as they're in the dungeon, they have an evolutionary item.
Yeah, that's something I was thinking of
But
too.
then
Like if
as
they
soon
stay
as
on the
they
text.
leave the dungeon, they would lose it. But if they just, like, camped in the dungeon for 5 minutes with it, I mean...
Yeah. And then they would have to mark off the other two goals. But like yeah, that would do it. That would be the way to actually get the win here.
That is such a weird situation, though.
That requires knowing very specific knowledge about this game that I do not think they will know.
No.
But yes, that would be the way to save it. Also, wait, what floor was the mission on in Marine Resort again?
I thought it was 4, but I must have misread it, because they are past 4. So, I probably misread it. Maybe they missed the mission. I don't know.
Well, probably. I mean, I guess it could matter, but probably won't matter too much, anyways. Still, seeing another goal get completed would be pretty cool. Because, yeah, at this rate, I don't know if either of them are actually going to mark off anything else.
I think Proasek is aware of the may not eat orange berries. So I think they will mark that in the last, like, minute. But I don't see them doing anything else.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, they're probably going to just be wandering around Landslide Cave, trying to figure out what's going on. And then maybe they'll realize that, like, oh, you have to accept the mission and not have it suspended, even when you take it. But yeah, the problem then is they have to get back to 7F again. And with only 7 minutes left just from now, it's a hard ask, for sure. They'd have to, like, really try to speedrun through this.
I don't see it happening. But yeah, I mean, they both did very well. I think both of them got more goals than I honestly gave them credit for.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they did very well with a lot of these. Like, the one-shot orb was something I never was expecting. And the fact that they not only found one, but managed to pull it off was pretty sweet.
Rexy.
Ooh. Yeah, going directly in there, that was a blatant monster house if you know what to look for. But, yep. Ooh, Sandstorm too.
Sandstorm. Oh, well, sunny day, so it doesn't matter.
Oh.
I was
The
gonna
Blossom
say, I think
Span.
it's her own ally that's doing the sandstorm, so.
Yep.
Yeah, Proasek scouring 7F, because that's where the Magmarizer should be.
Mm-hmm.
But, because they didn't accept the mission.
Yeah, that is definitely unfortunate, because they basically spent an hour just in this area
Yeah,
getting
this
confused by the
was
mission.
time.
That also explains why they never completed any missions from the left board, because I think they may have tried and just couldn't do it. Didn't know how to.
Maybe. Because I think they did have a second mission also.
Gibble got takedown.
As long as they don't give it a sandstorm.
Oh my god, that would be that would be awkward.
Be like, well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean that would actually probably change it, right? Because the Oranberry one wouldn't count. Should we just tell them now, since it's only 5 minutes left,
Tell
that they didn't accept the mission?
Nah, we'll tell them in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Where Magmarizer.
Uh.
Sorry, Proasek.
And this is very rough, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, that's why you gotta do a little bit of scouting ahead, right? So you at least know how to accept jobs.
Yeah. That's something I would have hoped that they had figured out in practice. But
Yeah, because I mean,
maybe they didn't know about the job board. Who knows?
yeah, maybe not.
I
Oh
think
yeah, if they
Rexy just took
didn't
a
get a
death.
board. Oh, yeah. Okay, so then that one is probably done too. Because I don't think they're going to be able to complete the mission at this point. So yeah, really the only thing I could see happening is the Illuminate. I think otherwise, or technically Cresselia, if they eventually realize that Cresselia is just waiting to be recruited, waiting to help out.
Foggy Forest.
Funny because it's like Foggy Forest. Huh? Honestly, I don't. Maybe there's.
What's interesting is that Rexy seemed like they knew exactly where they wanted to go.
Yeah, we'll see if anything comes up right at the end here. Maybe Revisor Seed, because I believe those can spawn here.
Maybe that's what they're just hoping for? Just got lucky?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, only 3 minutes left. What can you do but just try and go for like a lucky final push here?
Oh, what did Rexy just do?
I didn't even see. I looked away for a moment and they're out of the
think
dungeon.
they either just gave up or escape warped out or something.
I guess, yeah.
Go to the left!
You can just see Cresselia just peeking out, just being like, hello, I'm here to help.
I'm literally gonna be like, hey, Rexy, can you go to the left? Rexy's going back to Mystifying Forest. If I remember correctly, Mystifying Forest is the dungeon to go to for evolutionary items, though.
Yeah, I could see that being the case.
If I remember, there's like... there's slightly better odds. Alright, here's an interesting thought. You ready? Rexy
Yep.
finds a Kecleon shop with evolutionary items, stays in the shop, but puts one in their inventory.
Yeah, I mean, that could do it, because you don't necessarily have to buy it, you just have to have it.
At what point does one own an evolutionary item?
Technically, okay, so technically, if it's owning, then that's different, right? But it just says one evolutionary item. It doesn't actually specify it that much.
Alright, here's an interesting question that I have, okay? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Oh, but no, you can't... No, evolution doesn't work that way, does it? You can't use an evolution item in a dungeon, right?
No, because you have to go to
to
Luminous.
Yeah. Because in my mind, I'm like, what if you're in Kecleon shop and you try to use a Firestone? But you wouldn't be able to. Oh, Proasek. Proasek looked at the mission and didn't press A. Alright. Well, time is just about done.
Oh, Wait, it is a little different than I thought, actually. So I was looking up the Cresselia recruit stuff. Cresselia is able to recruit immediately, but you have to feed her 5 revives at once to have her join.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
Yes. So you actually, that does require things.
Okay.
Honestly, wait, did you ever give them the rules and details for the Sky Bingo?
No. I gave him a practice run and was like, yeah, we'll like figure it out. Alright, well, GG's. That is time.
GG's.
Let's go ahead and pull them in here.
Oh,
Time is up.
That is it.
Where the stairs? Where are the
Alright.
Where are the
Where-
magpies?
Alright, hang on. There's a couple things we need to go over before we begin. Rexy, can you take 5 steps to your left?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cresselia is right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I don't think they can be recruited.
They can?
They can if you give them reviver seeds.
I did not have any reviver seats.
Okay. I was just wondering if you guys knew
Yeah.
that. But let's see here. Proasek, this one might kill you.
Oh gods, tell me.
There is a goal that you actually did that you did not mark off.
What?
Yeah, and I think you
Do
would
you
have
rem-
won if you had marked it.
Do you remember when you had put up the text "what" because you were confused as to what just happened?
Yeah, when he ate the wrong kind of seed. Oh
Yeah,
my god, I see
a
it. Revisor.
revisor seed.
There it is, top left. Dang.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's too late, isn't it?
it is too
Yeah.
Rats.
late.
The character read the wrong thing, and now I'm reading the wrong thing.
Oh my goodness, though. You guys did a phenomenal job. I am genuinely impressed with how you guys did. Oh, and Proasek, to answer your question,
Yes.
what you need to do is accept the mission.
Is it not in my
It's not
tasks?
accepted.
No.
So when you take a mission off of the job board, that counts
Yeah.
as just like holding on to it, but you need to actually accept it like once you've taken it in order to actually have it show up in the dungeon.
Video game design is my passion.
I noticed
Because of
that on my
course, accepting something doesn't mean accepting it.
Yeah,
I know-
Rexy had the same issue, but figured it out at least.
Oh.
I did, yeah. I also
Yeah.
figured out the max belly size, but then I would have also needed a lot of huge apples to make that work.
Yeah, Max
Not even
belly
huge
size.
apples necessarily, but yeah, you would need a lot of apples for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which I guess you could go to Applewoods to get, but
Oh my god, it's that. Why is accepted and taken?
yeah.
It's so you can hold different missions that require the same dungeon and floor at the same time, because you can't accept more than one mission that's on the same floor at a time.
Right.
So
But,
yeah,
like-
it's so you can hold them.
Like a dialogue that says, "Hey, would you like to accept this mission that you've just picked up?" or something like.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's not the most the normal game does a much better job of explaining how to do this process, but
Rushing through
Yeah.
post game.
We are in a completely textless patch here, so it's a little bit harder to tell without knowing it.
but no, you guys did really good. Rexy, you struggled so hard in Mystifying Forest.
I did, yeah.
And
So I
the
was adamant
entire-
on doing the 3 missions from the left board.
The-
Screw
the-
escorts!
The entire time we're like, Rexy, don't. Rexy, no. Rexy, give up. Rexy is a safe. Eventually, you did use one of your save states there, but like,
Yeah.
the escort missions are brutal, and Mystifying Forest is not an easy dungeon.
Mhm.
Um,
But yeah, persevered. That was really well done when you finally got through it, even if
So
Keck got in your way at one point.
oh my goodness. Yeah, Rexy, don't steal from Kekleon.
I will
Yeah.
not do that again. Nope.
Will you have PTSD from Kekleon?
I mean, not gonna lie, Rob. I've been going through Pokemon Emerald runs in Archipelago, but if I ever end up running vanilla, for Pokemon randomization in an Archipelago Seed and a Sea Kecleon, I will have no hesitation to beat it up with the strongest move possible.
Near the end there, Rexy, were you trying to go for gold rank? Is that what you were trying to do?
Yeah, I thought I could end up doing like one more goal and one more mission and seeing if that would end up bringing that stat up a bit more.
We don't think it would have been enough, but it would have gotten you close.
Okay.
But
And
you know, it was a nice thought.
and after we hit the monster house, we decided to pivot into hit yourself with confusion. But
yeah, that
we
one's...
got another monster house.
That's
Oh.
hitting yourself in confusion is an extremely difficult thing to pull off.
Yeah.
You have
I think
to
it
really
happened during my
understand-
practice run, but
You have
I've
to
not seen it.
understand exactly how the logic works, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, wow. I think Proasek, you definitely had the better early game. I think like the first hour and a half, even maybe 2 hours, I think you
yeah.
were
for sure, yeah.
doing much better. But I think that one Magmarizer mission really just threw
You
me
just
off.
need to. Oh, I'm so mad. I'm
Well,
so mad.
Here's the other question that I have, Proasek, is what was your purpose of grabbing that mission?
To duplicate. It was a kind of assault on two fronts. One, a Magmarizer is an evolutionary item for Magmar into Magmortar. Two, it would have been one of the missions from the left board.
So it would have been a mission. The issue is that as soon as you got back, you would hand the Magmarizer over.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah,
the goal
yeah.
just says one evolutionary item. It doesn't say I need to own it forever.
I guess. You could make that argument.
But unfortunately, it took like an hour, and I didn't even get it.
Mm-hmm.
Good game!
Oh my goodness. You guys, I don't say this every match. You guys should definitely rewatch this one.
Yeah.
I really should. I think we
Oh,
all should do so, but... Proasek, you really had me on my toes. I commend you for doing
Hey, that was one
amazingly
hell of a
well.
comeback, man. Well done.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that neither of you went for the 5 outlaw missions, because that would have been a nightmare.
Yeah,
I
that's a tough
early
one.
on decided missions are not the way forward.
I think the left
Unless
board
there's
missions
any-
are fine, as long as you get easier ones.
As long as
mean,
you remember to accept them.
And you know to accept them. Like, two of
And
Rexy's...
just don't do escorts. Don't do escorts.
Escorts aren't necessarily a problem. It's just the dungeon you were doing the escort in.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah. Did either of you ever consider going for the Hoa or Lugia?
I wasn't too sure.
I
when
did,
either
but
of them would be.
Bulbapedia doesn't carry that information in a readily accessible form. So I didn't work out which dungeon they were in.
Yeah. Hoa and Lugia are in separate dungeons. You have to get to, like, floor 19, holding, the secret slab that's basically
wings.
in your storage.
Yeah, and I heard from one of the dungeons that I was in, was it Crystal Crossing? Val apparently got the idea that Groudon would have been one that would have appeared in that dungeon, but under what condition would that have been?
Groudon does not appear in Crystal Crossing.
Huh.
So
We got another legendary rare. I don't remember which one that was, but it was fourth one.
In Steam Cave, in the story, Yuxi projects an image of Groudon that you fight. So maybe that's where the confusion was. You thought that you were going to get Groudon, but you got Yuxi.
Okay.
But Groudon is in Shimmer Desert. Which neither...
No, I see what was the confusion. I opened the wiki page, and it said that it could be either Grovyle or Azelf as the final boss of the dungeon.
Nope, that's just wrong.
Azelf. That's just wrong.
But we got that where it was our fourth legendary.
Oh yeah, I mean it worked out all right. You still got a legendary, exactly. Probably like you happening upon that one-shot orb was quite incredible.
Hitting upon what? Sorry.
The one-shot orb you got.
Oh yeah, that was like immediately pause, tab out, check the goal, double check the goal, double check the
One-shot
item
orb is
description.
one of the rarer orbs you can get. So
I can imagine.
we did
And
not.
I've got like two.
We did not think. Oh, you had two?
Yeah, I still had one by the end. Hang on, I've
Oh,
got
wow.
my game up.
No,
so I
we did
can
not
go
think
through that.
either of you were gonna mark that goal at all, because getting that goal is not an easy one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I've got one in my bag still.
Oh wow.
So I picked up two throughout the run.
Mhm.
I was just doing a lot of item checks, I guess.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the only other goal that I was a little, I would have been interested to see if either of you went for, because both of you early on were in a decent position to figure out how to get the goal done, because both of you started right off going for Steam Cave. In Steam Cave is Volbeat and Illumise.
Illumise, but yes.
Illumise, however
I
you
did spot them
pronounce
and
it.
think, I wonder how blinking works.
Yeah, so every time you blink, that is an Illuminate Pokemon blinking. All it is you let them get hit.
Right.
So if you have one on your team and an enemy hits it 10 times, there you go.
Okay.
Or if you hit one of them 10 times without killing them.
Does it
You know what,
specifically have to be the same one, or can I like take a crowd of Illumise out?
Any of them, yeah.
I would say you could take
It just
a crowd.
specifies to
Yeah,
have
you
it
could take a
blink.
crowd. Yeah.
I
As long as it's all on one floor, then.
I completely forgot that either can have illuminate. For some
Yeah.
reason, my mind was already defaulted into lantern and stormy.
Well, it's funny because we had mentioned that I saw in the practice Rexy that you started with a lantern.
I did, yeah.
Ah.
So I was like, oh, Rexy already kind of knows how Illuminate works. But I think I guess you had forgotten that Volbeat and Illumise could have it as well. But no, you guys both did really good. I do consider this one of the harder Pokemon bingos to do. So I thought you guys were going to get like 6 goals, not 13 and whatever Proasek's marking off now.
The revisor.
Just as a blinking light.
Yep. A sad little blinking light in the background.
Well, what else did you just mark off? Because you marked something else.
That was it. That was just Revise a Seed that I was clicking on and off.
Well, no,
Everything
because
else
wasn't
was
Rexy at 13 and you at 12?
Yeah, I was 13. When it's off, I'm 13-12, and when it's on, it's 13-13.
Oh, I thought you were going from 13 to 14.
Don't know why you were saying that. 'Cause I'm not.
Alright, I quickly checked over the Illumies in the box, and that had Oblivious and not Illuminate, so that wouldn't have worked for me.
Really?
Yeah, you would need to find a Volbeat.
Does Illumise not have Illuminate in this game?
Yeah, the more I think about it, in Purity Forest, I think it only has Oblivious. So
Wow.
I think it would need to be Volbeat specifically.
Oh, okay. I don't really think too. You're right, because when I think of Illuminate, Starmie and Lantern are definitely the two that more come to mind.
I played more than enough Nuzlocke to understand that Illuminate Starmie equals Rip in the trash.
Yep. And then Lantern Illuminate is a huge part of this game in the speedrunning community.
Pog.
Because it helps a lot with recruiting, with the recruitable category.
I was just like going with what I know from playing base Pokemon as opposed to whatever the main mechanics work. Like I ended up learning just about like half an hour prior to this that the best Pokemon to end up using vanilla is Skitty apparently, because Normalize works a lot better in this series than it does mainline.
Oh, Normal.
Oh yeah,
is
it's
broken.
real strong.
It's not necessarily the best. Even still, there's debates on exactly what the best is, assuming you're not using Wondermail. But, Skitty is definitely up there. But nope, the only thing randomized was the starters. Nothing else was randomized for you all. Maybe next time. But, any final thoughts?
Well, I mean, once again, I feel like everything's going to go back to the Kecleon torture.
Oh,
But again,
goodness.
GG Proasek has been. I mean, I would say the match as a whole had definitely been an amazing experience, no matter
Well,
the outcome. But so was the
yeah,
entire.
honestly, it's a tie-in spit. No, you won. You beat me. This is pure skill issue. Well done.
Skill issue. I mean, it's been a running theme for quite a few people here, but it's all good. But everyone
Yeah.
who'd been a part of the Blind Bingo series and being able to end up learning something different, don't think of it as something that you had to end up rallying behind a captain or something. Think of it as something that you may end up learning and being able to bring to somewhere else on the table. Who knows? Maybe some of you could even bring it to Bingothon Winter 25. That'll be interesting to end up seeing some rematches down the road. But
I mean,
seriously,
Oh, I'm sure there's
yeah.
a grudge match brewing.
but doing any kind of blind bingo is always chaotic, but it just brings you into something new, and that's just part of the whole joy and chaos of the community. I can't really see it any other way.
Alright. Well, glad to hear that you guys enjoyed it, at least.
Absolutely. I'm definitely going to be going back to my team and congratulating them all for their fantastic matches, and then blaming the guy who came before me. It was all his fault.
Sometimes that does just seem to be how it happens. Hey, wait a minute. I'm sorry, it
I
just
see
occurred
what
to me
you
what you
did
just
there.
said. I can't blame it all on me. I won my match last week.
Uh-huh.
Hey, not my fault you weren't using the save states.
It's not my fault you didn't tell me that I got the revisor seed.
It's not my fault I'm a non-partial entity.
In my
Non-partial,
defense,
my front bottom, you were my team.
For that
in my
one
defense,
guy.
in my defense, I wasn't too sure exactly what would be the best place to use a save state until I got to the freaking escort mission. And then it was
I
used
did
again
use one.
before I got to Azelf, but I didn't see the need to end up using anymore.
I did use one to try and tease out a damage yourself with confusion, but I just did not have the setup for it apparently.
Alright. I am trying to find someone to raid. Unfortunately, I am struggling.
Well, ATN is streaming again. I can see that among peeps, and does Soz as well, even though neither of them are part of the Bingathon Summer Winter lineup.
Are they streaming bingo?
There's no bingo on either side, but both are volunteers of the community.
Good enough for me. Send me a link to one of them.
Also, should we remind that Bingophone Summer is just in 5 days from now?
Yep, I was going to. So yeah, as Wilhelm said, starting in just 5 days, will be Bingothon Summer 2025. We are going to have so much chaos going on. I will be doing 3 bingos. Others will be doing other bingos. We got your Pokemon. We got your Zelda. We got your Mario. We got your Amnesia. We got a lot of odds and ends to check out. So, yeah, I hope you guys check it out. If it interests you, it'll be a lot of fun. It always is. So, I'm gonna go ahead and raid, so, I don't know how to pronounce your name. SL5Z. Soz. I should figure that out. But hopefully that will work. Cool. Yeah. So there we go. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you all next weekend for a whole marathon of bingo. Until then, have a good week.
No more Kecleon, no more Kecleon.
Alright, we should be off.
We are indeed.
Oh boy.